You know, I've been meaning to change those corny sound effects, but every time I listen, I'm like, this is kind of cool. You know, I can jam to it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like, it just, you know, it's endearing. Endearing is the word I'd use.
I know. It was preloaded onto it. Everyone who comes here thinks I added them on. I'm like, yes, I did.
If it was my choice, I would choose better, guys.
Yeah. It's the clap. When you clap, it kind of ends weirdly, you know,
Yeah.
prematurely. See? You can tell it's fake, you know. I wanted to be more realistic. When people, like, one person in the back keeps clapping and then he stops.
You should just have like you should hire one extra to just stand in the corner and go.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's gonna fit in there, you know. I'm gonna have to throw my guitars out.
Just get a smaller person.
Yeah.
More compact, and then just get like a GoPro.
Yeah.
Set it up for the corner, and that's like that's the audience cap.
Yeah.
It's just the one dude. Like,
I'll get one of the 7 dwarfs that Peter Dinklage got fired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
No.
So, on set of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, Disney is remaking it, right?
Oh, I think I have heard of this.
So, the actress who's playing Snow White,
Yeah.
I think she's Colombian.
Yeah.
She's not white inherently, okay? So, people have their issues with that. Personally, she looks white to me, so I'm okay with it. The 7 Dwarfs, Peter Dinklage went on Twitter to say that, oh, we're being progressive except in this one area, and you're contributing to, you know, stereotypes for dwarven people, you know. Oh, why don't you do a better representation of us? He was mad, basically, and he called out Disney.
Yeah.
And Disney was like, okay, we're just gonna remove this whole thing. So now apparently they're not gonna have the 7 dwarfs in it. They're gonna do something else. I don't exactly know.
Yeah,
But people were mad because they were like, oh, this isn't an exact representation of real dwarven people. It's more like fairy tales, like dragons, you know, stuff like that. Phoenix, dragons, elves, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a fairy tale. It's not the representation.
Yeah, I think they're missing the point.
Yeah.
It's not a real life thing. It is a fairy tale.
Yeah, I know. So, but he was angry. So,
well, you know, if I had nothing else to do,
I'll bring it up.
Yeah, if I had nothing else to do, I'd be angry too. I did definitely hear about something, but I didn't know that you like genuinely got the people like sacked out the film.
Okay. Let me put on my glasses. Okay, so yes, Peter Dinklage criticizes Disney for backward remark of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. You know, I like those articles when they have the point written in bold.
Yeah.
You know?
So you don't have to read everything else.
Exactly. Like, see these ones, who's gonna read that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it better to watch a video?
Sure. I mean, it's entertainment tonight, so how trustworthy can it really be?
Whole story about 7 dwarves living in a cave. What the are you doing, man?
Peter Dinklage isn't feeling Disney's upcoming live-action remake of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
There's a lot of hypocrisy going on, I gotta say, from being somebody who's a little bit unique.
The Game of Thrones star, who has a form of dwarfism, slammed Disney during an interview on Mark Maron's WTF podcast, saying that while he thinks the studio took one step forward casting the lead, they took 2 giant steps backward, perpetuating old stereotypes.
I wish YouTube still had the like and dislike, because you could see them.
Yeah.
Because I bet this one has more dislikes than likes. 17,000 views.
Yeah.
200 likes. Yeah, see, even the comments, the others were mainly utility characters and heroes. Yeah.
Like I definitely understand. Like, from one aspect, it's like we having like the chance to remake something is like you know, having an opportunity to do something better than you've done it before, and plus I don't really have any legs to stand on in terms of like having an opinion on how someone else feels about, you know, the Seven Dwarfs and like doing that in like a modern day thing. So I can't really like give my opinion on that, even though I mean already did. But like, I just what is getting to me is the fact that like you said, they are literally co-lead characters. They're in the title, so they kind of should be there. You know, it's part of the story.
Yeah, it's part of the story, and I don't think he should have criticized it like that. I mean, it's his opinion, though.
Yeah.
Nowadays, this stuff happens a lot when people are unhappy with like representation or stuff like that. We talked to it last time with Patrick, so let's not get into that.
I mean, there's good and bad to it though.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes like people banding together to sort of like get something changed is a good thing. Like, perfect example, Sonic.
Yeah.
That movie wouldn't have been half as good as it ended up being. It completely surprised me when I watched it. Like, I really enjoyed it.
I'm really looking forward to the second one too.
Yeah,
because of how good the first one was.
It looks so good. Part of me kind of wants to see a director's cut with the original, but
it's the one with the first trailer when the Sonic looked like.
yeah, he has human teeth and fingers and toes.
Okay. Let me ask you this: if Sonic had the same exact story, same exact everything, just look of Sonic.
Yeah.
Was the one that he first came out with.
Yeah.
Would you have liked it as much?
Probably not.
Do you think people in general would have liked it as much? People would have meant to see it?
I think people would have gone to see it, but for completely different reasons. Because I think the big thing that got to everyone was the uncanny valley element of it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, of course, like Ben Schwartz, who did an amazing job of Sonic, would have still done his amazing performance as Sonic, but because of the uncanny valleyness of a hedgehog looking like a person who is like tiny,
looking like a
teeth,
tiny baby.
Yeah, and he has like, and he was like he wasn't even proportioned right. Like he just looked like really like. Have you ever played Super Mario Maker?
No.
All right.
I haven't played.
So in Super Mario Maker, you can get this thing called a skinny mushroom.
Okay.
And it's a special power-up only available in that, and rather than getting like taller or like bigger, he literally just gets really lanky and thin, and he looks creepy.
Yeah.
That's what Sonic looked like.
Okay.
Like he was just like really gangly.
Yeah, he was.
It was just uncanny.
They tried to make him look like he was from this universe, and it didn't work. But they fixed it, and it worked. But it's weird to me because people say, "Oh, it's just as long as the story is good." Like imagine Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Imagine if Batman was wearing a super corny outfit, you know, like a fake Batman costume you buy off eBay.
Bat nipples.
Bat nipples, you know, that one. I mean, how much does that affect the story in general, the quality of the film?
I mean, it doesn't, but like, you know, I feel like everyone has...
It does though, I mean, it does, because you can't get into it, you can't take it seriously. It becomes like a parody.
Like,
you know?
but I, in terms of like, I don't think it affects the story.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, everyone has an opinion now, like, and we have platforms to like have these opinions and stuff. Yeah. So everyone is more hyper aware of like how things affect other things, and if one thing's off, they're not going to watch it. I mean, personally speaking, I would have definitely still watched Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, I would have still watched it too. Just for Jim Carrey. I mean, I love Jim Carrey. He's
talk about
one
comeback.
Of the best, I think, comedy actors of all time. And he was. You heard the Weeknd album, right? The new one that came out.
Yeah, I was not expecting to hear Jim Carrey. No, I didn't know until I got it pointed out to me, and then I listened to it again. I was like, "Holy shit, it is!"
I knew it the day it came out because I looked at the song list.
Yeah.
And before I even listened to it, I knew Jim. I was like, "How did this happen?" You know?
Yeah.
How did Weeknd just call Jim? Hey, Jim, how you doing? You know, can you do me a favor, real quick? Just read this out for me.
Yeah. I mean, I saw like poem by Jim at the end or something, but I didn't think it was like Jim Carrey. Like listening to Weeknd before, he has sometimes very abstract song titles.
Do you think he wrote it? Jim wrote it, or was it?
He does art and shit like outside of like acting, so he could have potentially
that
wrote.
collaboration. Even though I loved it, it's just so weird to me thinking of how it could happen. You know, because The Weeknd and Jim, you know, two different characters, completely different.
Yeah.
You know, but
it worked so well.
It worked, yeah.
But like for me,
because Jim's voice, like,
Yeah. It's
Therapeutic.
therapeutic. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like, for me, I don't really know that much about music. I just listen to stuff and I like it. But I assume that people think like what is that, like, oh shit, I can't remember the name of it now. It's like it'll lose your breath.
It'll use the Weekend song.
Yeah, like,
Take My Breath.
Take My Breath.
Take My
That's the
Breath.
one.
Yeah.
Everyone, I assume people think that's like the centerpiece of the album. But to me personally, I'd say Less Than Zero.
Exactly.
And
that was my favorite too. Less
Me
Than
too.
Zero.
And then how it sort of like connects to the poem with Jim, and it's
Yes.
like the perfect closer.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh, it's so good.
That song was, Blinding Lights. That was his most famous song, most successful song in his last album, After Hours. I think this one was kind of like taking that one step up, because it sounded amazing. Sounded like 80s tune, kind of bittersweet tone to it.
Yeah.
And I just love that song. That one. I like the first 3 songs too: Gasoline, Take My Breath.
Yeah.
I didn't like the feature with Lil Wayne and Tyler, the Creator. I mean, for some people that was the highlight of the album, but for me, I like those more personal
Yeah.
songs
'Cause there's
that
a
was
different-
centered around
yeah.
him, you know?
There's a different vibe.
Yeah.
Like, if there is, I don't get me wrong, I bloody love Weekend anyway. Like, I mean, I've loved songs of Weekend. I've never loved entire albums until Dawn FM. Like Dawn FM, I can listen to that whole thing from start to finish and like not.
I mean,
skip a
Trilogy
song.
too. He's old. I mean, maybe it's nostalgia, but because I listened to it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And ever since I've been listening to Weekend, and I don't think he's had even an average project. Just everything is put out consistently.
Oh yeah, he's spectacular.
Like when it comes to pop, R&B, like there's Weekend up top, Dua Lipa. Even though I don't listen to her songs as much, but these two are kind of like
Dua's new
the
project's
ones
good.
that are most consistent, especially nowadays.
Yeah. Have you heard Dua's new album? Like I
No,
mean,
no.
I say new. It's
She has a
last
new one, 2022.
Really?
No, does she have a new one? I'm
Oh
asking.
no. Like the last one.
The last one with the levitating.
Physical.
Physical levitating stuff
So
like
good.
that.
Like
Yeah.
that was a vibe. Like I love that so much. But what I was saying about Weekend was like this. I've liked the whole album, which is new for me with Weekend, even though I think he's spectacular.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate the fact that he's bringing a genre like city pop into, I guess, social norms and like into the everyday, because I think a lot of people have liked city pop for ages, but it's never been sort of like a very commercial
It's
thing.
very niche, and Weekend was niche too when
Yeah.
it first came out. But it's incredible how it became mainstream, and it's probably in the top 3 most listened artists.
Yeah, like,
Spotify.
do you remember when, like, Plastic Love by Mariah Takeuchi showed up on, like, literally everyone's recommended? Like, literally, the amazing thing about, like, artists like that is the fact that, thanks to the internet and stuff,
Yeah.
songs that were, like, made in the 80s, and get this right, wasn't even a lead single. Plastic Love wasn't a lead single. It was, like, one of the, like, second to last ones. And it
Right.
wasn't even popular. It was one of the least popular songs on Variety when that came out in the 80s. And the internet somehow managed to get Plastic Love to hit charts in, like, the 2010s, which is crazy to me. But, it, like, incredible music.
Yeah,
I
stuff like this
love city
rarely
pop.
happens, but when it does, it's incredible.
Mm.
But Niall, I wanted to show you something. You know
Yeah.
his cover, album cover, right?
Yeah.
Because when it first came out, every Iranian person I knew, they were like, "Is he doing a Darish?" Darish is like a legendary singer in our country. right?
Yeah.
And look at this is the Weeknd's album cover,
Yeah.
right? This
Oh,
it's almost uncanny, you know.
man.
I was like, is it intentional? I don't think Weeknd would know who Darius is, but
The temptation to, like,
it's
like print off JPEGs of him and put it in the album covers when they hit stores.
because even his songs is very melancholy and very intimate.
I mean, if you told me that was The Weeknd's dad, I would totally believe you.
But you see this?
Oh my god! Go back. Go to the other dude.
This one.
No, like to the other page.
This one.
Yeah. That looks like the Uncut Gems, like Uncut Gems poster.
Uncle Gems
Yeah.
with Adam Sandler.
Yeah. That looks like the poster. Get up the poster to Uncut Gems, please.
Okay. This is.
You want to talk about uncanny? That looks identical.
Oh wait.
Look.
How did they find out I'm typing Uncle Gems? I typed it. Oh my god. Never mind.
So yeah, it's that poster there, the black and white one. So that, and then go back onto the picture of him.
This one or this one?
Oh no, it was that poster.
Wait, let me go back. I
Yeah.
messed it up.
That, and then. If you
Yo.
photoshopped him into
Yo,
that.
Darius is ahead of time, people.
Yeah, he is way ahead of his time. He's in everything.
Yeah.
He is social
that?
media.
This looks like Luke Skywalker.
Better John Lennon,
Oh my
better.
god. Yeah, John Lennon.
He's the hidden sixth Beatle.
It's kind of like a mixture of John Lennon, Bruce Lee, Luke Skywalker.
Oh my god, he does look like Bruce Lee.
He does.
Talk about a man of culture.
Yo, this guy's had all the looks. Jesus.
Is that what he'd look like as a girl? Wait, go up, please.
Which one?
Just keep going. There, that one. Is that what he'd look like as a girl, or is that his wife, or?
No, that's a different singer. That's
Oh.
a different famous singer. That's called Gugush.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Let me search Gugush actually. She might look like someone. You never know, you know? You know what would be hilarious? If all these famous singers like find these artists who no one knows about in
Yeah.
different cultures and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it like him.
Yeah. Oh, it's like Marvel. They're all variants.
Oh my days. It's so difficult typing on a keyboard with no letters.
Oh, she's got like Princess Diana vibes.
I mean, if you look at 70s, 80s, a lot of women have that look.
Mm.
You know, it was a trend.
Yeah.
I'm not close enough to my mic.
And that right there, in the oh sorry.
Let me.
Oh my god, sorry, I'm ruining your set.
It's alright. We want to give the best experience to our viewers, all 15 of you.
I apologise in advance for the first however many minutes sounding not good because of holding the mic back.
Not a problem. We can edit it in post.
Well, I'm glad.
Right. Okay, what are we looking at these? So, Niall, you started working as an editor for a couple of months now.
I have, yes, and it has been strange.
Yeah?
It's been a weird experience.
So tell us, what do you do exactly? Because, you know, people who want to get into it.
Yeah.
Because first of all, about 18 to 90% of people who study this and get a degree don't get a job from the
Yeah.
get-go.
Yeah.
You're one of the people who did, and you deserve it too, because you're great at what you do. But
Thank
tell us,
you.
for people who want to get into it, what to expect, you know, expectations versus reality, stuff like that.
That's a big question.
I know you've been there only for a couple of months, but still,
Yeah.
pretty sure you can tell
Yeah.
most of the things.
Yeah, the podcast hit me with all the hard-hitting questions. Yeah, well, I think first off, the biggest bit of advice that I could give anyone about making, you know, like making it in any sort of business, but especially media because of how like cutthroat it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds cheesy, but just don't give up.
Okay.
And literally, if you see someone who's like looking for a video editor or looking for something else, fucking apply. Like, apply right away.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite embarrassing, but you know, I use it as like one of my accolades now. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, so like, I have actually been blacklisted from 3 companies because I applied for so many jobs in a small span of time.
I think I have been blacklisted from all the companies I applied to, because the jobs pop back on LinkedIn page, and I place, I don't think I applied for this. Let's apply again, and immediately, a day later, unfortunately, your application's been rejected.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so fast you can't tell, you know.
Yeah, it's so like I won't say names just in case they want to give me a job in the future. But for right now, basically, I got to the point where like I was like, I knew I had the skills and I knew I had what it takes, but they were just like not giving me the job based on like simply, you know, oh, he's right out of uni.
Yeah.
So I was a bit annoyed by that.
So how did you come about getting this job? Did they require work experience from you? Were you able to convince them by the quality of your work?
It was very much the same process as anything else. Do you know what? I will say, I've heard this somewhere before, but it's like getting a job is 50% work and 50% luck.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can be the most talented person in the world, and if, you know, you're not like given the opportunity to be able to show your skills, you're hard out of luck. But you should that's why you should never give up, because there's always an opportunity around the corner. You just have to hold on long enough to be able to get it. So for me, like I said, I was in a place where I potentially may have had to go do a different course at uni, get different skills, get a different job, because I was stuck in, and there's nothing wrong with these jobs, but I was stuck in a part-time, you know, like retail job, 12 hours a week. I was making just about enough money to sort of support myself.
Okay.
But you know, I dreamed bigger. I wanted to do more. So I was like, oh, shit, I'm giving myself a hard deadline. If I don't get a job by come next June, I am going to go back to uni. And from there, I applied fucking everything. And what I was going to say before was I'd even apply under the wrong roles with my application. So it's like, oh, production manager, let me just put in my video editor application right here.
Yes,
Look
please.
at me. And so, yeah, I did that. And I basically just applied for everything. And it got to the point I'd be hearing back from people. I'm like, who are you? I don't know who you are. Why are you talking to me? It's like, oh, you applied for us 2 weeks ago?
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah.
Took you long enough.
Yeah. So, I heard back from this company, and they were like, oh, we are really impressed with your CV. Would you be able to give us a 2-minute video, giving us a little bit about who you are and what skills that you bring into your workplace and what you could bring into us? So, I sent it off last minute, which you should never do, but I did it because...
I remember because we were supposed to go to the cinema together. And what were we going to watch? I remember it was a film you were like, I can't come with you guys, sorry. I have to submit this application.
Oh.
What was it?
I can't remember now. There's so many movies.
Yeah, we watched so many films in 2021.
But yeah, like... from there, I sent off the application last minute, which, once again, never do that. It is not good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you need to be professional, send it in good time, but, you know, so don't do a me. But I sent it off, and then 2 days later, I hear back from them, like, oh, could we have a call with you with the marketing manager? So I, say, amazing, yeah, that's cool. Like, even to be given the opportunity to do that is great. Okay. So I did that. All went great, and then a few hours later, after the interview, they told me, can you come in for a final interview? So I was like, oh my god, yes. So yeah, it's one of those. It was just an amazing experience just to be able to give them the opportunity to be able to do stuff like that. Like, it's something Gary Vee says actually, like the art of gratitude. So even if you don't get the job, just the opportunity to be like appreciate the opportunity to even be considered for an interview. I think that's, and even if you don't get it, that is a step in learning and, to be better. Like, what can I do differently in this interview? Why didn't I get the job? So on and so forth. But yeah, I got really lucky. I'm going all around the houses here, but like...
No. It's absolutely fine. Like, one thing I noticed about you too, I mean, I'm not one to talk about it because I haven't been practicing it or putting it into practice myself as much as you. But half the battle is showing up.
Yeah.
And having the right attitude.
Yeah.
Just towards life, towards anything in general. Because people notice. When you talk to someone, regardless if you leave an impression on them or not, regardless if you get the job or not, they're going to look at your attitude and that's how they're going to remember you by.
Yeah.
Not the quality of your work, sure, that's gonna determine whether you get the job or not.
Yeah.
But even if you're not up there yet, if you go on LinkedIn, you talk to someone, you have the right attitude, you're positive, they're gonna remember you, and 2 years from now, you have a better standing when it comes to getting what you want.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's only a mistake.
Yeah.
It's only a failure if
Yeah.
you don't learn anything from it, if you don't achieve anything
Yeah.
from it. So, I mean, I haven't been putting into practice myself. I've been getting pretty pissed, like, fucking 100 application rejected. But still, I mean, I understand that concept.
Yeah.
And you're very present too on social media. I see a lot of people, because this is an exaggerated market,
Yeah.
right? And when it comes to any exaggerated market, getting a job, it won't come down to the difference in the level of skill, because it could be you and it could be someone else with slightly higher skill than you,
Yeah.
but you still gonna get the job because you have that attitude, you
Yeah.
have a better impression,
Yeah.
you know,
But
the stuff that you do, the soft skills that you have add a lot to it.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
shouldn't let it deter you at all,
Yeah,
because like there'd be times where I'd tell myself, like, I'd literally, like, it's like right out of a movie, but it's like I'd look myself in the mirror, I'd just be like, just remember that whether, you know, like, they may have not rejected your application, but it says nothing about you as a person, and it doesn't say anything about your character and, like, you know, like, how you do a job. So you just take it on the back. You know, you carry that with you on your back, and you fucking carry on, and you keep going, and you show up every time. Like, one of the best pieces of advice that I was ever given, by my mum, actually. So thank you, Mum.
Hello, Mum.
So it was failure doesn't exist. Failure is you know, inconceivable. It's nothing. There is no such thing as failure. There is only steps in success.
Yeah.
So
It's only a failure if you repeat it twice.
yeah, and even then,
I mean, it's only a mistake if you repeat the same thing twice
yeah,
and don't learn from your mistakes. And
but that's the thing. Even
Yeah.
even if you do the same thing again, you're learning every time. So that I do
I mean,
not.
I know a lot of people. Not that I know a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people
Yeah.
do the same thing, not get results, and wonder what's wrong. For example, myself, like in the past. So, I mean, there is a kind of like a boundary in
Yeah.
what constitutes failure, but I think most people either give up too soon
Yeah.
or don't even try.
Yeah.
So, and the ones that do try, they don't look to correct their ways after. Like if you do something for like 50 times and you still get the same result, maybe it's time to change something about
Yeah.
it, you know? Maybe learn a new skill, maybe approach it a different way. So there's more than one thing that goes into it.
Yeah.
But anyway, how's the job itself? Not getting the job, how's the job itself? Like expectations. What
it's-
did you expect when you started working there first day?
It's like I mean, I went into the job knowing what it'd be like, because the reason I was attracted to the job was because it wasn't very suits and tie, it wasn't very formal. Everything was very like friendly, you know. So I went in with those sorts of expectations, but I had no idea what I'd be doing. So I edit social content. So the company that I work for makes a proprietary software for accountants.
Okay.
So they're able to basically efficiently make proposals to hand off to clients to get, you know, like to get better results quicker.
Right.
Not spawn, but that's what we do. And my job is to advertise the book that the creator makes.
Okay.
Like the VP of our company.
So you do Google ads, or do you create the content that is being advertised?
We create absolutely everything from.
So it's like a media agency, basically, right?
Kind of, yeah. So it's like we make everything from like lead magnets to reels on Instagram.
And was it more difficult than you expected when you started working?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I've learned so much in these first 3 months, and you know, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Like I should have finished my probation on Wednesday. It's been extended by 28 days to the end of February because I'm not basically meeting the standards. So like even then, like I'm always actively, seeking to improve myself. So like
Okay.
stuff like that. So it's definitely not what I expected, but the job is being willing to,
The experience is
adjust
worth it
and
alone, the experience
Absolutely.
alone, to be able to work on it and have that experience, because you, like you said, you learn a lot.
Yeah, I absolutely love my job. Like I feel so lucky to have this job, and it is luck. I do
And,
feel very lucky.
And you learn stuff as well on it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, when it comes to your technical skills, right?
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
they ask you like, oh, do this 2D animation, and you're like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Let me go
oh no,
check it out real quick how to do it.
they're asking me to do 3D animation.
3D.
Yeah. So
Okay. Is it on After Effects or?
yes, so it's a mixture of there is a plugin that I do not know the name of because I'm not confident enough to do 3D animation yet. It's a plugin for After Effects, and you do 3D animation on that.
Okay.
So I am not confident enough to do that yet. Barely confident enough to do After Effects, but I'm giving it a go. I'm trying my best. But yeah, it's every day is a learning experience. I mean, in my first month, I was like jetting all across the UK. Like I think the Monday of my second week, I was off to Newcastle for an overnight shoot, and we had to stay in a hotel that was paid for by the company.
Okay, so you're not just editing then. You're
Oh, no, I'm-
involved in the whole production aspect.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's two people. It's me and my head of my department. There is
Right.
only two of us, and we create all of the videos.
Okay.
And that expands out even further. It's not just advertising, marketing. It's also like say there are accountants who need advice how to use our software, the stuff they don't understand. People in the client success team will make short videos, and they'll be like, all right, Niall, I've got this help video. Could you add captions? Could you give me a nice intro? Could you give me a nice outro? That sort of thing. So it's everything. It's everything video. So it's really cool.
Okay, that makes sense, because like you said, it's less corporate and more casual when it comes to theme of the workplace, of
Yeah.
your workplace.
Yeah.
So it's more like independent studios that they have to do everything on their own.
Yeah.
It's more difficult because corporate, you got your own tasks. You don't do anything more. You don't do anything less.
Yeah.
It's you do what you're assigned to. Go home.
Yeah. But I mean, there's parts of that I kind of like the comfort of going in and knowing exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But so this
But you're not going to improve as much.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm enjoying this job, because it's pushing me out of my comfort zone. Like literally, this one of the reasons why my probation was extended. Because I was making the exact same content every time. I was like, all right, one by one video. Get a color map there, get a color map there, text here, video there, outro, intro, done, out the door.
Okay.
When really, I should be thinking, how can I make this video better every time? How can I innovate? What can I change? You know.
Okay. So you want to raise the standard
Yeah,
every time.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so that's something that I'm like actively working on. So I am being pushed out of that comfort zone, and I appreciate it, because it's making me be a better editor.
The good thing about this industry is that the overall work, even though it's like a teamwork, is a representation of you and your level of skill.
Yeah,
So other things when you work in corporate, it's formulaic. You work in there. It's not really a reference for the quality of your work, because it could be average, it could be whatever, it could be great.
Yeah.
But because there's so many things that go into it,
yeah,
it doesn't have the same level of intimacy with the work that you're doing.
yeah,
So even afterwards, even after this job, or if you want to stay at this job, I think this is going to have a higher value, the job reference, than
yeah,
a different job where it's
yeah.
like, oh, you're just going to do this 9 to 5, that's it, go home. Done.
Yeah, and also because it's such a casual sort of like, obviously casual doesn't mean we don't we don't have standards to upkeep.
Yeah.
But like we definitely have standards, and I may say like higher standards than some corporate companies. So but because of the whole casual element, that allows us to be more honest and brutal about advice that we'd give each other.
Yeah.
So like we could be making a video, and like rather than being like literally in my second week, we were making some content, and my head of video was making something and I was making something else, and he was just showing me his video before he sent it out to be uploaded and put through the process. And because of the friendliness of the environment, I was able to pull him, like I was able to pull up my head of video like right there.
Right.
And I'd do that a bit differently. Like, you know, what if we tried doing this way instead?
That's very good.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing to have, to be able to, you know,
Yeah.
receive and give criticism at the same time
Yeah.
without having to read 48 laws of power. Don't do this to your boss. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. It's an open forum.
it's a good workplace to be involved in, even though if it is more difficult.
Yeah.
It's worth it in the end.
It's difficult, but like I feel like people inherently think difficult has negative connotations. Difficult's good. Difficult pushes you out the holes that you create for yourself.
Yeah.
Like I have learned to get comfortable with failure, get comfortable with difficulty, get comfortable with you know, generally the less good parts of the experience of life, you know, because if you get comfortable means you're going to stay still.
Yeah.
You always want to be moving to the next best thing. How can I do better? Get, you know, be grateful and have gratitude for the things that went wrong, because those provide you learning experiences. Be grateful for the failures. Be grateful for the hardships, because they create character. They push you forward.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's a big thing. That's a massive thing for not just video, but for any company or any person. Like, just learn to like take these failures and use them to build yourself back up even stronger.
Yeah, that's very. I wonder, in your workplace, do you guys have time to like talk to each other about the stuff you like the type of films you watch, if you watch anime? Like, do you guys do that in your workplaess?
All right, this is really.
And you're working on a video. Hey, John, did you watch Attack on Titan last night?
This is really nerdy,
Yeah.
and it's really bad to admit, but
No, we want to hear it. Okay.
we've actually named all our hard drives after directors. I'm not joking.
Oh,
so-
okay, this is Kojima. This is 10
No,
terabytes.
I'm not joking. Like something you will hear daily in the
Wait,
office.
film directors or
Just film directors.
film-
So I'd be like, oh man, the feature videos aren't on Scorsese. Have you got them over on Kubrick? And he's like, yeah man, let me just pass you Kubrick. I was like, oh hell yeah man.
That's great. So you're like, okay, so if this project is more artsy, you're like, I want to put it on Scorsese.
Yeah. Oh, you know, and we put all the feature videos and all the demos
You
on
have drawings
Kubrick.
on them.
No, it literally says name of company Scorsese in big letters, so we never forget.
You're giving that company secrets right now. Be careful now.
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Too late now.
So,
Too late now.
So if you know, we are very very nerdy when it comes to like talking
Yeah.
about films, and I mean, yeah, there's time. There was something that come up in work this week that was basically the differentiation between work life and home life, when really you should be working together to like, you know, have them coexist. Not to say always work or always, you know, like don't be working and just be chilling, but find a way to sort of like have them work in tandem together.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if you always associate a space with work, you know, you're less likely to want to sort of like integrate into that space and stuff.
Yeah.
So try and make an environment where you want to work, you know, like make it friendly, make it where you can have casual conversations.
Whatever is best for you, whatever is like for people, it's different too. Like some people like to like work in a library, work more efficient. Some people work better in the rooms. Like for me, I do everything in here.
Yeah.
But again, I'm so tempted every time I want to work. Like, I got like a PlayStation right there. I got games. See the controllers?
Yeah. Oh,
But
wow.
got a chessboard. We could play chess too. you know?
Yeah, play chess.
Play
Why not?
chess. You will play chess at the end.
Learn to play chess.
So, I asked this from all the people who come on here.
Yeah.
Like, what was the thing that got you into film, anime, editing? What was it? At what age was it?
This is a good one. So, it's always the same answer. Like, there's a lot of things where it varies, like, from time to time in my life, but this one has always remained the same. It was Labyrinth.
Was it?
Yeah, 1986 with David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly.
Okay.
So, I remember I was like, oh, this looks well shit. Like we were like all sitting in the living room watching it together. I was like, not about this. Puppets, that's for babies. I'm 9, you know, like I'm so above that. I watch Marvel films. so yeah.
Above that.
Yeah, so I'm so
As from
above
Scorsese.
it. Yeah.
He's gonna have a different answer. Okay.
So so I watched that and I was fucking mesmerized. I was in awe of this movie. And also David Bowie a little bit David Bowie. He also made me discover myself at a very young age. David Bowie should never wear lycra because it is far too revealing. But you know, we live and learn. But yeah,
I thought you discovered yourself by Johnny Depp or something.
no, definitely David Bowie. Okay. Like,
okay.
You know, even as he got on into like the 2000s, major dilf. So yeah. Anyway, back to Labyrinth.
Yeah, I'm a major dilf, David Bowie. I don't know. I can't tell, but I mean, I can tell from people's reactions to like certain guys. Like right now, I think it's Henry Cavill. Everyone loves Henry Cavill, man or woman.
No, I love him, but just I don't think, you know, I love him for like. I want to sit down and like have a chat with him about like D&D. Like I want him to teach me the ropes. What I'm saying is I want him to be my dungeon master.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
okay, would you like him to teach you with a whip or take a more mellow route?
Start mellow, you know. Okay. Start mellow.
Okay. Start.
So yeah, like I was mesmerized by this movie, and then as everyone left when the movie finished, I remember I stayed in the living room by myself for like a good hour, and I watched all of the behind the scenes, and I saw how they did everything. But after that, I was like, I want to make stop motion videos and do like videos in my room with like Lego figures. I'd be doing like Jaws.
Okay.
And ever since then, I've loved media.
Okay.
I mean, not that I didn't love it before, but it was at that point that everything changed for me. Before then, I wanted to be a marine biologist because I loved sharks.
Okay.
I still have a certificate in my house.
How do you go from loving sharks to wanting to be did you research it? You were like, okay, marine biologist.
I had a family friend called Jonathan who was a marine biologist, and when I told him I wanted to be one, he told me that there wasn't much work. And I was just like, okay.
There are no sharks, all of them are dead.
Yeah, they're all dying.
We killed them, all of them are. And some... I'm not going to even say it. It's a bad joke.
So yeah, don't get me wrong, still love sharks. They're cool. Yeah.
Like when, because a lot of people when they're in junior school, you know, they kind of start to form their interest in what they want to be. Who were you in junior school? Like, what were your personality like? What did you want to do? What interested you in that?
Sharks.
Is it just sharks?
I'm not joking. My entire personality was sharks.
Okay.
I watched Jaws from a very young age, and I loved it.
Okay, did you become interested after watching Jaws?
And no, I think it was before. Like there'd be like books in the library, and there was this one book specifically that I never gave back to the library, and I still have it in my house.
I have plenty up there.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The school got knocked down, so not much of a library anymore. But absolutely amazing book. I learned about like cookie cutter sharks, nurse sharks, hammerhead sharks, lemon sharks.
Lemon sharks?
Yeah, lemon sharks.
I never heard of lemon sharks.
Yeah, quite violent.
What, they green or do they?
No, they've got sort of like they look a little bit like tiger sharks, but they've got a bit of like a yellowish tint to them. They're found more in shallower waters, tropical.
Right.
But yeah,
sharks is so weird because you see some sharks that are like this big, and you have sharks which is like.
Oh yeah, like I feel
massive.
like people still underestimate how large great white sharks are. Like they're fucking huge. Yeah. But
whales are too big.
Yeah.
Whales. Probably his stomach is as big as this room.
Meters. Yeah. I mean, my favorite fun fact is like this is probably like TMI, but like I think like a blue whale like spunks like 2.3 like tons like every time. So it's just like
the amount that they eat is
So someone told me like whenever you have a mouthful of salt water, just remember that fact.
Some big ass sharks, big ass motherfuckers. They eat a ton. A ton, and majority of the ocean isn't even discovered yet.
No,
don't know
and that's what I love
ocean
about
is
it.
fascinating, Because you see ocean, you're like, okay, these could be some aliens down in there, Like if there's aliens, they might not live on the surface. You know, they could be down there.
Yeah, and I mean, there is literal animals down there that are so cool. Like, can't remember the name of it, but you know the one that has like a light sort of like off its head.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, that's a creepy motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's a creepy. Oh,
Yeah.
It was in Finding Nemo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, that scared me so much. That scared me so much.
And I can't remember the name of it, but have you seen the pictures of the fish that's basically when it's in water, it looks like a normal fish, but
Okay.
then when oxygen like touches it, it basically becomes the consistency of chewing gum. It's like it's just like it's like all messed up and stuff.
Oh,
I was
let's
just like,
search it. What is it
yeah.
called?
I could not tell you. Just look up like
Chewing gum fish.
it like squashed. It's not squashed fish. You're probably gonna get weird results there. Squishy fish. I don't know.
Okay, I need to change it. Like
It might show. It might be the first result. Squishy fish. I'd say go squishy fish.
what is wrong with squishy toys? Oh my god. Don't know what that
Mochi.
is.
Oh, it's the blobfish. That's the
Is
name of
that
it. Blobfish. Blobfish.
Let me type.
Yeah,
it up.
yeah. Honestly, it looks like a really sad like person.
It looks like Squidward from SpongeBob mixed with.
That's
Oh
it.
my
So
god.
it looks like a normal fish in water, but then when it gets out, it looks like that.
This looks like a cursed old man, you know, from the medieval.
Yeah.
You know, he's been cursed by a witch and lives as a fish.
I mean, you know, I've seen a couple of really sad, like, businessmen on the 9 to 5 who look like that when they get out the office.
God.
They just look really sad.
Does he have any bones?
Apparently not.
What happens if you step on it?
I wouldn't like to find out.
I'm not, by the way, saying step on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same line of questioning as what happens if you push over, a sausage
How about
dog.
this one.
No. Like, I don't want to have to see
Has
that.
anyone tried this yet?
Try in what sense?
As in eating it?
God, there's some questions.
Oh, my days.
It's like that quote out
Because
of,
there's always someone who tries this, you know?
yeah, but I'd kind of hope not.
Fish soup or I don't know.
I mean, it's like that quote out of Spy Kids 2, does God too live in fear? Like, what is it? It's like, do you think God lives, like, up in the skies because he too is scared of what he's created? Like, so, spoken, true words by Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
And, to be honest, it's just wild that's a quote out of a children's movie. It's pretty deep for Spy
Very
Kids.
deep and very dark.
Yeah.
See,
Don't mind
next
me,
to a
I'll
bowl
just
of,
cook myself. Oh my god, blob nose. But blob nose won't hurt you, he's not real.
A blob universe. Blob variants. I wonder if Marvel would ever go into that crazy shit like Rick and Morty shit.
Yeah.
Go into a universe where chairs speak and
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see that.
it'd be crazy.
I mean, we're starting to get into like the weirder ones with like Moon Knight and
Moon Knight is a pretty interesting character.
Oh, he's cool.
It's a very interesting character. Like, it's gonna come in. We got tons of good stuff coming out
yeah.
this year. In 2022.
I'm intrigued
Movies,
by
games. Like even this month alone, we're getting. What we getting? We're getting Horizon. We're getting what was the game called from Software?
Oh, Elden Rings.
Elden Rings, which I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
Getting
I
Light.
personally, I wasn't excited.
Sifu 2.
Oh yeah, that looks so good, and
That
that age mechanic.
Did you watch the live action adaptation?
Yeah,
trailer?
yeah.
That was very
Really
well
cool.
done.
But one that sort of went under the sidelines for me until I actually saw there was a demo, not yesterday but the day before, Ghostwire Tokyo. It's
Oh yeah, I watched the gameplay for that. It
Yeah.
looks very interesting.
yeah. So I literally I knew nothing about it. I just thought it was an indie game, but turns out it's the next game from Tango's
They did
Softworks.
Dying Light.
No.
They did this was a horror film. What
The
was it
Evil
called?
Within.
The Evil Within.
So
Yeah,
it's made
Yeah.
by the I'm not sure if the director is him, but the director of the company is Shinji Mikami, the person behind Resident Evil 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, I believe. So yeah. So their next game is Ghostwire Tokyo, and it looks really cool.
It looks like a game that's going to be very good for VR.
Oh yeah,
VR, like-
for sure.
it looks optimized for that.
Yeah, I love how it's not like the typical sort of like horror first person game.
Have you ever tried VR though?
No, I'd love to.
Yeah, because you see these videos of people like going insane, like running into the wall because they get lost into it.
Yeah.
I'm like, how crazy could that be?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to give it a try.
Do
But
you
like,
think they would like be mainstream in like 10 years? Like they replace most of the things we do?
yeah, to be honest, I mean, I feel like everything is like that. Everything has like a shelf life in terms of being unattainable.
Imagine you go to the cinema. It's like a
yeah.
360. Nah.
No, that it'd be cool. So it's like there was a time where you'd get like consoles like I think it was the Sega Saturn or like and the Dreamcast, where it's like ridiculously expensive. But then like as you know, gaming's been more commercial and you know been more like more of a thing that everyone does. It's become like the prices come down and sort of like to adjust to like that. VR is the next thing for me that's gonna like sort of it's only expensive because it's niche.
Yeah.
Once it gets more like there's more games that for it and like more people who are like praising it, the price will come down.
I mean, Facebook's going all into it, changing their name.
Oh, yeah, but-
sell their VR devices.
Yeah.
So make it cheap too, $2.99.
One thing I don't agree with though is like games being behind certain devices. So like Resident Evil 4 VR is exclusive to the Quest 2, which is the VR that's owned by
You don't like
Facebook.
exclusives?
No, I like exclusives. I just don't like exclusives when it's on a piece of hardware that is already difficult to get. So, like, I feel like Xbox exclusives, PlayStation exclusives, Nintendo exclusives, they're all great games. And, you know, it provides good, healthy competition.
Yeah.
But when something like VR is already so like you know like not commercially viable and it's very difficult for people to get their hands on them anyway, why would you want to make it even harder by you know like making stuff behind like
I mean,
like,
it's just profit, you know. They're kind of making their position stable as the number one provider for this platform because they know it's going to be huge in the future.
yeah, I guess you're right. It's
I mean,
just like
I mean,
investment.
Microsoft is doing it. Microsoft bought a bunch of companies,
Yeah.
Activision,
and then
70 billion.
yeah, and then Sony did the 1-2 punch and just bought Bungie. Mental. And you know the funny thing, they bought it for cheaper than
Yeah.
than
'Cause
Microsoft bought Activision.
Do you think Microsoft is going to make like Call of Duty or Fallout exclusive to the consoles? Yes or no?
I can't see them doing it. No.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's gonna." I'm like, no, they won't. They won't. They don't buy these companies to make it exclusive. They lose
No.
half the profits.
Yeah.
You don't spend 70 million. It's like buying stocks with no dividends.
Yeah.
You buy it so you receive money. You receive consistent money because you have this IP, and if they don't put it on PlayStation, they're losing half their player base.
Yeah, and I mean, like Microsoft, as of recent, like in the past 10 years or so, their whole like ethos has been about sort of like creating an ecosystem.
Yeah.
So I cannot see them making stuff exclusive. PlayStation, on the other hand, you know, I can see that. Like,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I don't think that's.
it's not a problem.
I don't think that's Xbox's goal.
No,
per se,
no.
because people say, "Oh, PlayStation bought Bungie, so they have negotiation power."
Yeah.
I'm like,
No.
Sony. I'll call them bluff. Sony is a huge company. They got brains over there. They can
Yeah.
actually think. Xbox is not good. They don't even need to negotiate. Xbox is not in their best benefit to make those games exclusive.
Yeah, it's like I this is quite petty of me, but I see Sony buying Bungie in the same way that I see my now ex-boyfriend booking a holiday to Japan on my birthday right after we broke up.
Wait, what? You
Yeah.
broke up?
Well, yeah. It was like 2-3 weeks ago now.
Sorry
but-
to hear that, bro.
Oh
I
no,
didn't
it's
know.
it's fine. You know, it was for my health. You know, sort of like I need to take time for myself. So I thought it was the healthiest thing to do. But yeah, so we were like planning to go to Japan for ages, and you know it was off into the distance. But suddenly, right after we finished things off, I'm booking a holiday to Japan. But yeah, you're like,
I'd love to go to
gonna
Japan, bro.
Me
I'd love to
too.
go to Japan.
It'd be
This
so
is
good. But I see the acquisition of Bungie in the same way, where it's just like, oh, if you're going to do that, then we're going to buy this.
But
So-
I feel like PlayStation, Sony, with the way they're doing it, they're focusing on making the platform the best platform to be on when it comes to quality of the games. 'Cause
Yeah.
you look at Xbox, it's got a lot of fanboys and fangirls, but what they don't have is
Exclusives.
exclusive games where it makes sense for people to be like, oh, I want to play this game, but Xbox doesn't have it.
Yeah.
They're not going to go for Xbox. I mean,
Yeah.
some people will still go for Xbox because they
Yeah.
just love that brand, love Microsoft.
Yeah.
But, did you play like Ghost of Tsushima, for example?
I've not played it yet.
One of the best games I've ever played, right?
Yeah, I really want to get the director's cut
Get the director's cut. I
Yeah.
mean, there's not that much difference.
because
But,
I've got my new TV now, so and
did
I've
you?
got my PS5, so I literally want to book like 2 weeks off work and just be a hermit in my room and just like go all out. on
Ghost
it.
of Tsushima is the game to
Yeah.
play. But that game makes sense for it to be exclusive because it's story-driven, single player. I mean, it's got multiplayer too, which is free. But making a game like Call of Duty or Fallout 4 exclusive, that doesn't make sense
No.
at all.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I agree with you where it's like Sony's whole thing is making the most quality games they can with
Yeah.
like in terms of exclusives. I mean, when you think of Xbox, you can't really think of like exclusive experiences. For me, when I think Xbox, I think of the community. Whereas when I think of PlayStation, I think like Resistance, Uncharted, Demon Souls, which what else? Killzone.
Yeah.
Loads of things.
Yeah.
Persona, which I mean, the mainline games were exclusive, but then the spin-off games weren't. But like,
I mean, Xbox's focus, I think, is just being the Netflix of gaming.
yeah,
That's how they make their money. Subscriptions.
yeah.
They want a exclusive right to be able to release this
Yeah.
on their Game Pass, and Sony not be able to release it on PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Now.
And don't
So-
get me wrong, Game Pass is awesome. Like that is
It doesn't have that much games though. Like people, I went on it. I was like, I don't want to play any of these games except
Yeah.
like a 4 or 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I do think it's like a great ecosystem though, and I feel like one thing that Sony could take from Microsoft is the way they sort of I mean, obviously you have like the community ecosystem, but I'm thinking more in terms of like game ecosystem. So they on the Series X, you can buy an original Xbox game and then play it on your Xbox Series X. And not only will it play perfectly fine, but it will literally actively upscale it and then bring it like up to like modern
Yeah.
sort of like resolution, I guess. Not like true HD or like a remake, but it sort of like systemizes it to make it work better for the console.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I think Sony really needs to do.
Sony's
because-
backwards compatibility is trash compared
yeah,
to the Xbox.
it's only PS4 games. Like, I won't be happy until I can put UMD PSP discs into my PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I think it's bad business, doing business in bad faith too. When you pay for a game and like always spend this amount of money to upgrade it
Yeah.
to the PS5 version, like it should already be, you paid for the game.
Yeah.
50, 60 pounds or dollars or whatever your currency is. You paid all that money and you still have to pay extra get it to upgrade it to the new platform, even though you bought the console. So
Yeah.
that's, I think they can do it. Just because they can, I don't think they should. It's bad business model, in the long run, and
Yeah.
it pisses people off.
I feel the need to take a bigger focus on the community and sort of like they're definitely doing a better job, but make it able to be able to play older games, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's getting really old, dusting off my original PS2, and like I've literally had to buy like on Amazon you can get like plugins. So I have my AV plugs, and then I have like a HDMI, and I put the AV into the HDMI, and then I can plug the HDMI into my TV, and it'll upscale the PS2 games basically. But it's getting real old, and I want to be able to play Dark Cloud on my PS5.
I mean, there's so many great gems. Like, what first time I fell in love with games was my dad, for some reason, had a Sega. No, not a Sega, Atari.
Atari.
Like
Oh
one of
wow.
his old school one was a
Yeah.
joystick, and it was like a flight game. I used to play that. Then he bought me a Sega. I love that Sega. When you had to put the card in, the clicking sound, the
Oh.
Street Fighter, those games.
Yeah.
I love them, and I used to play with my dad. And after that, I got a PlayStation 1.
Oh man.
I didn't get PlayStation 2. I got Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I skipped a generation. Between them, I played with PC.
Yeah.
And so I've pretty much been in all the generations. And those were the days, you know.
Yeah, like
in 2000 to 2010, you got some fantastic games.
Yeah, I remember I was like, I had a Game Boy Advance, I had the Tribal Color Scheme on it. It was I've still got it. I still sometimes dust it off so I can play Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, because it is...
There's a new Zelda coming out this year too.
Yeah, and Breath of the Wild 2 until it's like named.
You got a
something else.
Nintendo, right?
I've got a Switch, yeah. Okay. So I'm definitely going to play that. But
you know, the only thing in the Middle East that it's not a lot of is Nintendos.
Really?
Not in my country at least, because I think it was easier to jailbreak from PlayStation system and Xbox system, because for the games, for the price you pay for a single game here,
yeah,
because they hack the system, right? And that's how they sell consoles. It's not official. It's not supported in those countries, right? So not majority of them are, but not in Iran. For the price of one game here, you could buy 50 games there, you know.
Oh, wow.
So we got it dirt cheap.
Yeah.
DVDs, CDs, anything. So people just download it, sell it on the street. It was illegal to sell, you know, Western films, but if you went to Bazaar, for example, there are people who just sell it. It's like these spy films, you know. You just turn the table, on the other side there's like a hidden section for DVDs and stuff.
Yeah, you pull down a book and it's like a whole hidden section. Yeah.
It was. I'm so surprised how they got away with this, because there was an actual shop me and my friends used to go to. It was a film shop, right? Okay, this is how they did it, because you know, from the government they come and check, make sure everything is up with the regulations, right? So they got this massive wall of Iranian films, you know, legal films, all the walls. Okay. Then, but they get most of their money by selling Western films, you know, US films, Chinese films, Japanese films. They just download it, do the Persian captions, subtitles, download it for free, write it on CDs and DVDs, sell it, you know? So what they do is, I don't know, it had like a clip. They unclip it, then this moves, they just push it in, kind of reverses, and you got a whole collage of... It was hilarious. I was like, wow, this feels like James Bond.
Yeah.
And I don't think to this day they found out about it yet. So, college kids, you know, high school kids go in there.
Yeah.
How much is it? Pocket change, you know. You could buy any film. I have like, still in Iran, my dad's house. I got like 5 huge boxes full of DVDs and CDs from every Disney film, every US film. And half of them I've not even watched. Probably my dad's watched them, but so much stuff we used to get for cheap, you know. They're cheap. And that was the nicest part.
That sounds like a whole documentary worth in there. Like that should be a next documentary.
Too bad I can't go to Iran right now, but if I could, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna get some people in the job, but I mean, people do it. People do. I don't know how it is now, because it's been 7 years since I've been to Iran, and a lot of people know how to download it themselves. So, but they don't even pay for it. They just go to torrent, you know, just.
Yeah, Pirate Bay,
stuff like that. Yeah, I mean,
I think the only time
I'm not doing that right now.
Yeah,
definitely
not.
Definitely not.
I mean, the only time I ever used Pirate Bay was it was really sad. I used to get it for The Sims 2.
Okay, for a game.
Yeah, so I basically wanted Sims 2 because I had it on my PS2, but I wanted it on PC because we got a home PC, and I only wanted it because they had all like the expansions, like University Life and like the pet one. I think it's just called Pets. So yeah, I wanted to get that, so I went on Pirate Bay and I got all the expansions, and it was great.
That's great. I mean, that's not great. But you
yeah, don't torrent.
Don't. Yeah, we're not condoning it in any shape or form.
No, but it is fun.
Yeah. Those were the good old days, you know.
Yeah.
I had a PSP too.
Oh,
PSP.
I still buy games for my PSP. In fact,
Is there games on it available?
Yeah.
Do they release games? I don't think.
Well, they don't release games, but you can still.
Do you have the Vita or the old one?
No, I have a. It used to be called a PSP 3000. I had the neon blue one, and it was it was great. It was just a bit loud, but I still buy games on there now. Like the other day, I was.
This is the one I have. The one I had.
That's mine. That's mine on the right. PSP 3000 Vibrant Blue. That's the one I have at home.
Yo, this was such a great console.
Yeah. it was loud, but it was great. But yeah, I on the other day I was trying to bid on eBay for a copy of Persona 3 Portable, which was exclusive to PSP. But I wanted it because you could play as a it was the only version of that game where you can control all the characters in a battle rather than relying on AI. Plus, they had a completely separate campaign exclusive to Portable where you could play as a female main character.
Yeah.
So you had like different options.
The games I remember playing on this was God of War that was released.
Oh, God of War: Chains of Olympus.
Yeah, and the Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Toy Story had a game on it. It was very nice.
See, I had a completely different one. I was like into like Guitaru Man. I was into Me and My Katamari.
Final Fantasy 7.
Loco Roco. Fucking Loco Roco
I
back in the day.
haven't played that.
What about Patapon?
No, I played Crash Bandicoot had a game on this, I think. I think I played it.
Oh yeah, shit. Final Fantasy Crisis Core.
This is the original.
The one that I never played. I wanted to play it because the story's meant to be phenomenal.
Did you play Final Fantasy 7 Remake?
I started it. I've not finished it.
Did you play the original?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, once again, part of it.
Second part of the remake is coming out, I think, this year.
This year?
This game is...
Oh, wow.
They changed a few things.
Well, yeah, this is what I'm interested in. Because, like I said, I've never finished it. I know the entire story of Final Fantasy VII. I played it way after, so I didn't have the nostalgia. I played it on my Switch.
Yeah.
And I played it, and I enjoyed it. I dropped it and I never picked it back up again. And then when I was playing the remake, once again, loving it. I was live streaming it and everything, but I stopped it because there was a glitch. In the underground section, when you get in like back into the city and you have to go through like the motorway looking tunnels underneath. Do you know when there was like those like really oddly difficult fire enemies that like with like the fire spreaders and stuff?
Fire spreaders, those big ones.
Yeah, they had like the
Oh yeah, those with the armor,
yeah,
with the big ass armor.
And then you had like the turrets as well that shot rockets. One of the turrets never surfaced. One of them just stayed underground, so we could never finish the battle and leave. Okay. So I'd kill all the other enemies, and then there was this one that just didn't spawn in.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know if I should play the original. Maybe it's too late.
No, it's never too late.
Because I don't think I can get into it with the gameplay and the graphics.
I think it's worth it alone for appreciation. Oh, the PSP Go. Do you know what? Speaking of ahead of its time, PSP Go was way ahead of its time. That was like all about streaming games and sort of like subscription services way before it was popular. So definitely ahead of its time.
Yo, these look sick. I absolutely love my. If I find a Sega, I'll buy it. I'll probably still have it in Iran somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably get one from like a charity shop or something real easy.
I don't want to risk sending it, but because...
the Mega Drive!
When it's crossing the border, they do some shady shit. Like,
really?
A lot of times I send stuff to Iran, and my grandma receives it, and like some items are missing.
Oh my god.
It's not happening here.
Yeah.
And
if they touch your Sega Mega Drive, you'll be having words. Oh no, it's Genesis.
No, it's not this one I had. It was the one with 2 slots next to each other.
2 slots next
No, not 2. It was 1 slot, but 1 slot in the middle. It didn't have this space.
Oh. Well, that was just an extension, so it would be the Mega Drive.
What? Oh yeah, I think it was this one.
Yeah, so Sega is one of the only. Actually, no, that's not the truth.
Sonic, yes.
I guess it's the only company that was doing major updates to its consoles, where it was like in that time. So like, rather than release new consoles, they'll be
that
like,
was mine.
Here's
That's the one.
Here's a massive like upgrade to the console, and we'll add like a second half to it.
Yeah. £34. Okay.
That's good.
That's cheap. If it still works, I'll buy it.
Are you sure that's like official though?
I think that's exactly the one I had.
Yeah, but is it like an official, or is it like a sort of like a remake? Because look, it says 2 on it.
Huh.
Go down.
2 video game console.
Yeah, look, it's the Sega, it's the Mega. They've not even got Sega on it, so you know that's not official. That's the sort of stuff that you got to look out for.
AliExpress. Yes, that's a bit. But I'm pretty sure mine kind of looks like this.
Yeah.
The one that I remember, it was in the middle. Yo, there was a Street Fighter game that was epic. I don't know what it was called, but you could do 2-player,
Was it
and you kind of like walk to the side, walk on the.
was it 2? Was it Street Fighter 2?
I don't know. Maybe it was Streets of Rage.
Oh, Streets of Rage.
Oh, that's the one.
I love
That's the
Streets
one.
of Rage.
This game, oh my god.
You could like pick up like stuff.
And each character had their own, kind of.
Yeah, and
Own
you know
sets of
what?
combos.
Of all the movies to of all like the game to movie adaptations, why have they never turned this into a movie? Like this would work so well as a movie. You just get like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and
This game was epic.
oh look at that poster. Go down.
This one.
Oh no, the one on the right.
Boobs.
Boobs.
Boobs. Yeah.
Oh my god, there's an entire wiki dedicated to Streets of Rage.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that.
Have you finished Final Fantasy VII Remake? Like the first one? You see, one thing that I do want to discuss, because I do find it very interesting, is... what's his name? Shinamura. Is it Shinamura? Basically, the guy... I can't remember his name, but basically...
Shimura.
Is it Tetsuya Nomura? That's the one.
I thought you meant the bad guy or something.
No, like the director. So the
Oh,
director
okay.
of that game, same person who made all the Kingdom Hearts games, which they're very cheesy, but I grew up on them and they have a very special place in my heart. So Tetsuya Nomura, being Tetsuya Nomura, he was like, I'm going to remake Final Fantasy VII, but I'm not going to remake it the same. I'm going to make a different game, so it's not a remake. So what he did was he basically like dropped little bits of information throughout, and then at the end he was just like, I'm about to make my own Final Fantasy VII, and he introduced that whole ghost element.
Right.
So like how the ghosts like show up periodically. So then the whole point,
Because apparently they're
like
timekeepers,
yeah.
and they're trying to keep the timeline.
yeah, so they ensure everything that happens in the original Final Fantasy VII happens. So they, so like the stuff with Aerith, the stuff with like all that,
Right.
with Zack in Crisis Core, they want to make sure all that like maintains the timeline.
You think it's gonna lose its weight if they change it and then make it a more of a happy ending?
Absolutely not. I think
Like if Aerith is alive by the end, spoiler alert. But for whoever's not played it yet,
I think I'm in love with it. I think it is a fantastic idea because I think remakes are so done. They're so boring. Like, so to add this whole element of anything could happen is so interesting because the whole purpose of it is Sephiroth is self-aware that Final Fantasy VII happened in another timeline. And his whole thing was he wanted to bring like all like Cloud and all the crew to a certain area of the map to a point which he can't like the timekeepers can't interact. So by
Sephiroth won a different timeline.
yeah, because he dies in the original Final Fantasy VII. Once again,
Yes.
spoiler alert. Sorry, but yeah, he dies at the end, and the whole purpose is he's trying to get rid of the timekeepers, so then he can recreate his own Final Fantasy VII where he wins.
Okay.
So
okay.
it was so cool because I'm just like, now anything can happen, and that shows because they've got the end credit cutscene where Zack's alive. Zack dies in Crisis Core. Spoiler alert again, sorry. I'm just spoiling everything.
Yeah, that little animated film that they made that was pretty good.
Yes.
I haven't watched the movie that was the timeline afterwards. The Children of something.
Yo,
something.
I can't remember the name. It was something children.
Yeah.
But yeah, like basically, the whole thing is Zack looked after Cloud, and Zack was the one who gave Cloud the Buster Sword.
Yeah, I know the timeline because I saw some videos on it because I was confused as fuck. What is happening? What is this story? And it took some time to understand
Yeah.
what the premise is about and what the story is.
Yeah.
But once I finally got it, I understood.
Yeah.
You know.
I do feel like, it is Tetsuya Nomura. Call him what you want. I think, despite everything, he is a genius, and I trust everything.
Who's the best game director to you?
Oh, easy, Yoko Taro.
What did he direct? I don't know.
He did my favorite RPG franchise of all time. He did Nier Automata, Nier Replicant, Drakengard 1, 2, and 3.
I haven't played any of them though. I haven't played any
Bro,
of them. What platforms are they on?
I am gonna change your world.
What platforms are they on?
Nier Replicant was an Xbox 360 PS3 game, but it was only there was two versions of the game. There was Replicant and Gestalt. Gestalt was released in UK, worldwide, and Replicant was exclusive to Japan. So
Kind of gives me Final Fantasy vibes.
yeah, when I tell you Yoko Taro is a madman with far too much money and power, and he does what everyone's... Alright, this isn't a spoiler, but do you know the entire Nier franchise?
I don't know anything about Nier.
Alright, so
Looks kind of like Genshin Impact.
what I'll tell you is the entirety of the Nier franchise is based off of a joke ending of one of his previous games. Yeah, so in Drakengard, lots of shit goes down, and then they basically... There's this massive fight in like Tokyo with dragons and stuff,
Right.
and basically the heroes lose, and it was just like ha ha ha, joke ending. And then he was like, how about I make an entire franchise based off of this? So, and that's where Nier comes from.
Interesting.
But it's one of those games. You have to play it through 4 times because you have ending A, B, C, and D.
No, does it end differently every time, or do you have to choose the endings?
No, it ends differently every time. So it'll build on the world every time you play it.
So it's got New Game Plus, New Games Plus.
No, it'll just be new game.
Oh, okay.
But say, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil anything. But like,
If you don't, that's fine.
what I can say is, so say you play it through one time, and you're very highly aware of who the enemy is. Then when you play through it second time, some like your eyes are revealed to some stuff, and you're just like, oh, maybe I'm not the hero of this story, you know, like maybe, and then
That's why he's got the blindfold.
yeah, well, it's interesting. It's interesting stuff like that, and then by the very end of the game, you are literally given an option between do one thing or do another thing, and doing the other thing in order. So say you have to sacrifice something,
Right.
and rather than just have it be sort of like a, you know, like, oh, really easy decision to make because that doesn't affect me, the player, that just affects the character, so it's very easy to choose that. Yoko Taro was like, let's make it actually affect the player. By sacrificing something, you literally have to delete and erase all of your save data in order to do something. So
That's
it has
ballsy choice.
Yeah, it
Wow.
has consequences. It's really cool.
Okay, I might check it out then, just because of that.
Yeah, like I mean, I have copies of the game I can lend you if you want them.
Is it on Steam? Is it on- If it's on Steam-
Replicant and Automata are on Steam. So
Okay, so
yeah, I'd absolutely recommend you check them
don't
out.
tell me it's still $60. Probably not.
Well, Replicant is brand new. It only just got released in last year.
This game.
Yeah. No. So Replicant is a remake of Nier.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, but is it the same thing, yeah?
Yeah,
It's the same
yeah.
thing.
So basically, what I was saying before was, when the original came out, you had Gestalt and Replicant. Replicant was only released in Japan. Gestalt was the one that was released worldwide. So Gestalt, you play a father looking after a daughter, but in Replicant, you're a brother looking after a sister. But now they've remade the entire game because Automata was really popular, and now you play the game as the brother looking after the sister. But it's fundamentally the same story.
These Eastern Asian storytellers are phenomenal.
Yeah, like honestly, bro, I've never got so emotionally attached to a
Yeah.
game before. And
I'll check it out,
the-
definitely. It looks like a very interesting concept.
the music, oh my lord, the music,
Huh.
like incredible. Like what, hands down, probably my favorite game soundtrack of all time. Like
Okay.
for sure, like the music is incredible. And I'm really annoyed because I missed the opportunity to go see a concert live in London when they were doing the release of Replicant. Oh no, it's Automata. They were doing
It
the
doesn't
release
say
of
the
Automata.
director, it says everyone. genre, series, composer.
Yeah, Yoko Taro, the madman. Kenji Okabe is a composer, yeah.
Huh.
There he is, Yoko Taro. He never reveals his face. He wears a mask.
Or he's like Daft Punk.
Yeah. Except way crazier.
Sure, is it him?
Nope. That's the bigwig in Square Enix.
Huh.
Very, very cool dude.
Imagine his wife. Baby, I'm going to work right now. Baby, where's my creepy mask?
Yeah.
Where's my super suit, honey?
I know you said no masks in the bedroom, but
Baby, I've been thinking lately. Next time we want to make a baby, can you please put the mask on?
yeah. No masks allowed.
And he's like, I want to do a different kind of baby.
It helps.
Yeah, I want to do everything differently. Let me squeeze some lemon into your...
Let's end that one right there.
I don't want to make a baby. I want to make a replicant baby. You
A replicant baby.
know? Yeah.
Oh, Dragon Guard. Really cool as well. That's the previous franchise.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Definitely, bro.
You convinced me.
It is so good. Like,
Amazing.
I will send you some of the music from the game after this, and honestly, you'll fall in love. It's
Yeah.
great.
I mean, when I first, became interested in films, it was with, Chinese films like Fearless. That was one of my favorite
Never
films.
seen it.
Fearless is Jet Li.
I've not
Jet Li.
watched many Jet Li films.
So
honestly.
Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee,
Mm.
those were kind of like my go-to. Those were my stars
Yeah.
when growing up, because you watch them like badass, and the films are badass. The way they make their films, like even to this date, I haven't seen a Western action scene that is as well choreographed as those films that
Yeah.
I watched. Like for example, Blade, I think is one of the best. Has one of the best choreographed action scenes. Blade, the original Matrix. Those ones do it very well. The other Western films take a realistic route into incorporating action. Like I'll show you. Hopefully this doesn't get copyrighted, but
I mean,
I have Fearless in this. Came out 2006. One of the best films of all time.
yeah.
I'll show you one action scene.
Oh, Metropolis.
I'll show you one action scene, and it's amazing.
What I think the big thing is in terms of like Asian action scenes to Western action scenes, like Asian action scenes, like obviously they're a lot more choreographed, and they tend to like keep the camera back, so you just get to watch the action. It's usually in a one big shot, and like you see everything going on. Whereas like with Western, it relies a lot more on fast cutting, shaky cam.
Yeah, but this came out 2006, right? And right now, 99% of filmmakers here can't replicate this, or
Yeah.
maybe they can, or they just want to take their own approach. But to me, this is so much more visually appealing. It's more like it gives me anime vibes. The way they kind of do the action fights. Now, I know it's unrealistic, but the action is.
Well, that is it's the fact that like the camera is very stable, not
Yeah.
shaky.
Because the actors themselves, they don't rely on CGI. Like Jet Li is a martial artist. He can do his own stuff.
I think he has to be a really, really awesome martial artist to pull that off, and he does.
Yeah.
He does it very well.
Watch this film. I'll send it to you. If you
I
this
have
is
to
an
watch it.
original copy.
Yeah.
This is an original copy.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Officially bought from HMV.
Yeah. Oh, it's dubbed. Oh my god, this is dubbed. Someone dubbed this. Yeah, it's still official, guys.
Yeah, it was super visual. The DVD is literally like just out of frame. Like, I really wish you could see it, but it's just right outside the frame.
It's inside. See, this is one take.
Yeah. Love that.
This guy's pissed.
Yeah. Oh, that's a cool shot. I like that. Oh, man. Oh.
Tell me, in 2021, have you seen an action scene comparable to this?
Absolutely not.
Like, this is the type of stuff I want to be involved in.
Yeah.
Like, this film was it's still one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah.
Not just because of the action scene, just the story. I highly recommend you watch it.
I have to watch it, yeah. Because I've heard a lot of great things about Jet Li, and it's really sad that
I think this was the last martial arts film he was involved in too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the only, like, performance that I actually have watched of Jet Li is Star Wars Rogue One. Like that. So I'm really unaware of, like, his whole thing.
But this one was based on a true story.
Yeah.
Mixed with fiction. And the family of the guy he was playing was pissed, actually. It was like, oh, he's kind of like... But watch it.
I'll have to watch
I
it, yeah.
won't show you anymore, because...
Yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah. I mean, fights won't spoil anything.
Yeah. It really reminds me of... I can't remember. It was definitely Asian, but it was The Raid. The Raid films.
The Raid.
So good. So good.
Fantastic. I mean, it's interesting because I watched Violet Evergarden this week, and you told me to watch it, bro, and I hate you for it because it got me fucked up.
That's the one.
It fucked me up, especially that infamous episode 10.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, my God. That's still, I can't think about it. Such a sad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's still pretty amazing, like how they do it. Because some things they're sad, you watch them and like, I don't want to watch it again. This thing kind of lingers in your mind, and like I want to get back to it in the future.
Yeah.
So, again, like when I get emotionally attached to a story, and you look at kind of how they do it, like. The stories that I've been most impressed with have been from, Eastern kind of style of storytelling.
They just know the shit.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, but it just to me, when I watch something like that, when I watch an anime, it feels more, I mean, with Western media, they're trying to make every character complex. With Eastern media, I think they're trying to make archetypal characters, but they're complex in their own way because of how they're intimately portrayed. They're very kind of like their characters wear their emotions on their sleeve.
Yeah.
And they're very overt with how they communicate, the dialogue, and it makes for the Japanese kind of thingy because we're used to it. If it was translated to English, it would sound a bit more cheesy.
Yeah.
And corny, but the way they do it, it just feels more genuine.
Yeah.
Like it has more impact.
I think it's down to culture, like in a lot of ways, because obviously I don't really know much about that whole thing, but like from my sister's experiences of living in Korea for 2 years.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she was a teacher.
Okay.
So so even though Japanese largely anime's largely Japanese, so what I take from like her experiences and like what I read about Asian culture and stuff, they have a lot more of appreciation for like the little things in life. Like you're like the sort of like when we make food, we make a fucking sandwich, we wrap it up in tin foil, we take it to work with us or something. But they'll make like a whole box of like meals, and they'll put like love and care into it, or like and like and like the respect in your elders, and like like the youngest pours a drink for the oldest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like all that sort of works into what they see to be important in anime. So it's like Hayao Miyazaki famously with Chihiro in Spirited Away was he was like, people like her because of like the small little inflection she has, rather than like she's not a heroic girl, she gets scared like normal girls,
Yeah.
and it's like it's the little details about her that made her so interesting. It's like when she puts her shoes on, she doesn't just go running right away. She kicks a foot down to the ground to make sure the shoe's on correctly, and it's like little details like that that sort of like, you know, like color the characters. So it's stuff like that. I feel like they have a really appreciation for the small details.
Yeah, exactly the small details, and it kind of like exaggerates what they're trying to show, and that positively impacts the way their storytelling. So any story I watched, whether it's anime, whether it's like Korean films, it kind of has that emotional impact. It doesn't have to be always make you sad, or it doesn't always work on that empathy, even though that's their slice of life kind of subgenre for the anime type of stuff. But anything you watch with is like shonen anime, they kind of have that aspect of storytelling.
Yeah.
Where they kind of try to make it more intimate, try to make the characters, even though they're archetypal, complex in that way. And you can feel, like you said, the culture being represented in, you know, every frame that they show, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because let me show you this.
Like Violet Evergarden is a good example because it's such a beautiful show, not just in like
2 anime films we watched that came out in 2020.
Yeah.
One was Demon Slayer. We watched together. Amazing.
so good.
That got me really sad by the end of it. If you watch the podcast with me and Patrick, that was my favorite film of the year.
Yeah, I remember that bit.
Because I watched it 4 or 5 times, and none of the other films, like the way I rate films nowadays is different than when I used to do it.
Yeah.
I don't look at which one is objectively the most.
Yeah.
I look at which one has the most impact on me, which one I would go back to, which one it's gonna stay in my mind for a longer time. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's what a lot of people get wrong with sort of like movie critique, and I feel like we've got to a point where you know, we're all critics, and we all sort of like are relying on, you know, sort of what is critically the best movie, when really what we should be thinking is like, what movie did I enjoy the best?
Yeah.
Because people get so hung up on like the small details, where it's just like, for me, I used to do that so bad, and it just affected the way that I watched movies.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm just like, oh, I enjoyed that. That was good. You know, that's. I'd go as far as to say that.
Some stories are so impactful. Like, I don't even want to think about what they could have done differently. I just want to watch this, find out what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
like, there's a lot of shows that I watch that's like, critically speaking, probably wouldn't be the best, but I really enjoyed them. Like, there was this show that's one of my favorites. Like, just because of how much it surprised me, I watched it. Simply based on one of the YouTubers who was watching back in the day did like an anime like seasonal roundup,
right?
And they showed it. It was called Punchline.
Okay.
And it is a fantastic show. Only 12 episodes. It was made by can't remember the name of the studio now, but like they make unconventional animes. They did the newest. They did part 2 of the final season of Attack on Titan. Okay. Same studio.
Oh my God, what's the studio? Mappa. Yeah.
Mappa. I love Mappa. So
Mappa's really good.
Yeah. So they did the show called Punchline. It's 12 episodes, and the simple premise is this guy. Basically, people get superpowers by. This guy gets superpowers by looking at panties. so literally, it powers him up.
Yeah.
And he becomes a superhero. In this small, it's like a slice of life sort of building.
Looking at panties.
Yeah, but if he looks at too many panties, the world ends. Which sounds really dumb, right?
Kind of sounds like Psychic, you know? I mean, kind of that kind of show. What's that subgenre called? Because I was looking at this, because I know Shoujin and Shouju, right? And it's slice of life.
Love Shoujo.
Shoujo is kind of like a female perspective. But I was looking at it. A lot of animes I love kind of fall into this category.
Seinen.
Sounds kind of like. But like Black Lagoon.
Oh, Black Lagoon! What a show!
Akira. Have you watched Akira?
I have. I'm so sad I missed out on watching it in 4K because it was shown at the cinema.
Yeah.
They did the re-release.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, but it was right as the pandemic hit.
But Akira is one of the most beautiful things I've ever laid my eyes on.
Because
I
it's
personally don't
hand-drawn.
like the. Yes, it's timeless. You can
Yeah.
watch it 100 years from now. It's still
Yeah.
gonna look impressive. Like
Yeah.
the type of shots they do, the amount of care that goes into every single frame.
Yeah.
It's just phenomenal. I was
Absolutely.
blown away the first time I watched it. I personally don't like the way the story goes. I would have liked them to keep it more tame,
Yeah.
less supernatural.
Well,
And-
that's simply because they condensed so much. Like,
Mm.
if you think about it, it's like a 10-volume, like, epic. And
Yeah.
they literally, I was like watching a video on it, and they took half of the first book, the second half of the last book, and then parts of the middle book, and then they just squashed it together.
Yeah, I think it would have made a fantastic anime today, series.
Yeah, I think it would have been a phenomenal anime.
But visually, amazing.
yeah.
Jose's got like.
Oh no, we were just about to go into my favorite. Keep going, ecchi.
Ecchi.
You know what? I'm not even gonna mince my words.
I'm gonna go into my favorite after that. Harem. No, I'm joking. Okay.
Like, honestly,
I'm not.
say what you want about ecchi. Rosario Vampire is one of the funniest shows ever. So like literally, it's like he's like this guy who accidentally gets on the wrong bus and he goes to a supernatural school, and he basically falls in love with this vampire girl called I can't even. His name's like Mocha or something, and like literally
Mocha sounds like coffee.
yeah, and there's like 5-minute long scenes with like Skune, Mocha, Skune. it's
What does that mean?
I
Excuse
don't-
me.
They just say each other's names.
Ah, okay,
It's just-
okay.
but like honestly, it's so good. And there's this episode where Skune is being seduced by this girl who runs the swim team, and basically she's trying to win. She's trying to win back Skune from the leader of the swim team, but she's like, what do they call them? Like sirens, like the sort of like girls who the fairy tale about like the girls who like live in the ocean and they try and seduce men into like the water and drown them.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
What did I say?
Classic.
Nice. Oh, nice.
So yeah, so
I like to be drowned in your waters, my lady.
oh, lovely.
In your ocean.
So
Yeah.
so that's why you're single.
I mean, I hope these are all above 18 characters. I mean, I'm just gonna skip past. Okay, harem. I mean, harem is crazy. Harem is crazy.
I've not watched many harems.
I watched one, and they go full nudity. I mean, they don't go full. full
They don't go like
Once-
Boku no Pico levels of.
just Boku no Pi- I haven't watched it. One of my friends who came on this podcast the first time is called what was it called? The title of the podcast.
It was like something about like hentai was in there.
Hentai,
Wasn't it?
yeah. He brought up Boku no Pita. I'm like, what is like?
It is. I can't look at ice cream the same.
I think this one you watch a lot too. Isekai. It's kind of like fantasy words.
I mean, it was never a genre until like Sword Art Online, and then like Sword Art Online and Hack Hack, and then like it sort of like went from there, and now there are so many shows that are like, oh, it's me but in a digital world, and now it's like a whole genre.
Yeah.
And Bell, I mean, you could argue that Bell is technically a isekai.
I say.
Like
Oh,
technically,
it looks like it. It looks
Yeah.
kind of like dreamy. Yeah, we have to watch it. You watched it, so
I full body shivers twice.
mecha. It's kind of like your robots and stuff.
Let me tell you a thing or two about Evangelion, because that is my favorite. Like, honestly, it's up there as one of my favorites of all time. It is a deconstruction, which within itself is one of my favorite genres of anime. So, are you aware of deconstructions?
Mm-hmm.
So it was one of the very first. So it started out as your typical sort of like mecha show, where it's like, oh, young like teenagers getting robots, and they do fighting and also have attractions to each other and stuff.
Yeah,
But
there was an anime by what was it called? These kind of like big ass robots. What was it called? Mega. What would they call these robots?
Oh,
This robot anime. It's
full. I'm gonna. Gundam.
Gundam. Yes,
Gundam.
that's the one I was. Well, I don't know why Mega came to my mind, but Gundam, that's the one I checked out. That's like in the 80s. That's
Oh
one
yeah,
of the oldest
there's
anime.
so many of them. But
Very well drawn too.
yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, because it was all hand drawn back in the day. It was all
Yeah.
cell animation. But like Evangelion, it was like it started out as that, and then it just became like this deconstruction where it's like these kids fucking losing their minds,
Yeah.
and then the main one, Shinji, getting like so lonely and depressed. He was like, I'm just gonna become God and end the world, and then he does, and and then end of Evangelion, and then the rebuild film.
I haven't watched Evangelion, so
I will not say
Okay.
anything about it, but it's all the rebuild films are on Amazon Prime, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and the end of Evangelion are both on Netflix. So watch it.
nice.
Coda.
Kodomoke.
Oh, it's like
Kodomomuke. I think this is like for children stuff.
so like Yokai Watch.
Yeah. And you got Yoshike.
Healing. It's a little tricky to describe. Oh man, I know an exact. I have two animes that are technically that to me. I have this another one that I recommended to you.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Disastrous World of Psyche.
Yes.
That to me, that's an Iyashike, because that's a show that I watch when I'm sad, and
It's
it just
kinda-
cheers me right up.
That's very subjective, I think. That.
Yeah, it's
Because to me, that would be Haikyuu.
Haikyuu.
Have you watched it? The
I've
volleyball anime.
I've heard of it. I've not watched it. It's
Yeah.
the basketball one, right?
Volleyball.
Volleyball.
Like people have their favorite animes like action. To me, like Haikyuu, because of just the way they do the characters and the story, and how inspirational and uplifting the story is. The
Yeah.
characters are. I just love that. I watch that any day of the week. That's probably gonna be my favorite anime. Just
Yeah.
period. To
Yeah.
watch.
So that's your number one.
Yeah.
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 You see.
And because it's not grand, it doesn't have like a crazy story.
Yeah.
It's just very self-contained and it knows what it is, but execution, 100 out of 100.
Well, nice little segue.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of favorite animes of all time,
Uh-huh.
mine. I've
I
actually
know what it
brought,
is.
I've brought them
I
with
know
me.
what it is.
Let me just get
I wonder
one.
what genre that would be put in, because that's kind of like a weird mixture
It's
of a
mix.
couple things.
So, let me. So you have Made in Abyss.
Made
It's
in
called Made in
Abyss.
Abyss, and then you have the movie Made in Abyss: Dawn of the Deep Soul. So it the rundown is basically it's the world is the world is entirely ocean, and it's just there's one island it's basically Wales. It looks like Wales. so and there's a massive hole in the middle that's called the Abyss. And there are these people called raiders who go down into the abyss to gather materials, elements, and just to discover what's down in the abyss. And the main character's mum goes down into the abyss and then never returns. So on her 14th birthday, she descends into the abyss. And the story goes from there, and it's fucking wild. It is so good. And the music.
Yeah, I was taken aback by how dark this is.
Oh,
I
it's
was
so dark.
thinking it was going to be like a lighthearted.
Yeah.
But the concept is very dark.
Yeah.
The concept of the abyss, I love it, being different levels. It's kind of like a gateway to a fantasy world without
Yeah.
actually having any. I mean, there's probably some magic elements in
Yeah.
it, but
I mean,
just-
it's just the way the story
it was like episode
told.
9 where it got 9, but it got dark, and I was like, oh, this is
Yeah, very graphic.
okay. Because by that time I was like, this is pretty good, but I don't know why it's Niall's favorite. Then I watched the episode, and I was like, okay, this is getting somewhere. Then I
Yeah.
watched the movie, I was like, oh shit.
The movie. When I tell you,
I was like,
because it got released during the pandemic, so I was stuck in my room. So they were doing a digital premiere that you could buy tickets for. So I was watching it live, and I was just sat on my desk. I should have been editing like videos for like the NHS, but I wanted to watch the movie, so I took some time. It was pitch black in the room. I watched the movie, and I was crying from beginning to end. It was a beautiful, incredible experience, and I feel very lucky to say that that because I love the music so much,
music is fantastic.
Yeah.
Very, very dreamy, and it's got a dark tone to it too. Like it's
Yeah, Kevin Penkin's incredible.
Yeah.
Like he did the music for one of the episodes of Star Wars Visions. Yeah. So it's
Okay.
so the same people who did Made in Abyss made an episode of Star Wars Visions, and Kevin Penkin did the soundtrack. It was actually the one that got nominated for a few awards.
Right.
Yeah, so
Alright,
I'm very
interesting.
happy.
People
for
who
him.
haven't watched it, definitely
Yeah.
check it out. Made in Abyss.
It's so good.
Yeah, we weren't paid by Made in Abyss.
Yeah,
I wish we were, but
But if you want to endorse me, Cinema Citrus, please do. I will happily endorse anything.
Made
they
in
create.
Abyss.
Made in Abyss. I
I-
will wear all the shirts.
it was very damn good. I'm interested because season 2 is coming out.
It is.
Soon.
I'm so excited.
Have you watched the manga? Have you read the manga?
No, I have a few problems with the manga. So it's
Is it how the story progresses, or is
no, it's just the origins of the story. So Made in Abyss as a show, incredible. And for me personally, if I start something as a show, I don't want to read the manga unless there is no more anime to adapt or it gets cancelled, so I have no choice but to read the manga. But for Made in Abyss, I not only did I experience it as a show and I want it to stay that way, the manga actually started out as I don't know the word for it. It was not porn, but it's like you know, it had like I don't know the word for it. Basically, there was like a romance going on between
it
them.
had mature elements? Let's say.
Yeah, but it got a bit graphic. Like it was like full body nudity and you know what?
Yeah, because they're like 14 years
Yeah,
old.
they're chill-
and they're very. The character design is very
Yeah, so it's kind of creepy.
their age. Yeah, I know.
So I wasn't comfortable reading that because of obviously like the mature elements like that, and you know if you can get past that, that's fine. But for me, it was very uncomfortable reading that because obviously their age in the story and the element I can't get past that.
Because they look even younger than.
Yeah,
they are, you know,
it's a lot. I mean, it was actually, before it became Made in Abyss, it was actually just supposed to be sort of like an ecchi story. But then he was like, yeah, but this world's really cool, so like, let's just make an actual story out of it.
The Abyss.
Yes, so then...
has its own personality.
Yeah,
You know?
and I feel very lucky to say that I own, soon to own, both the soundtracks on vinyl.
What would you categorize this if you had to put in a genre?
Fucking awesome. the best genre. Oscar worthy.
Like, would it be? Which one was it? With the dream you.
Is Yakashi?
Isekai?
No. I think it's the next one after Mecha. No, it's not. There it is. Yash.
You think it's got healing?
I mean, it is healing, but I'm not really sure it's healing for everyone because it's like.
Yeah, for me it was depressing, bro.
Yeah, so it's a lot. But
I enjoyed it.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
And I've also brought Punchline with me, so you can have a look at that.
Nice. By Mappa.
Yeah, by Mappa. So yeah, so he looks at some panties and he gets superpowers, but he looks at too many and the world ends.
Okay, I hope. What's their age?
Legal.
Okay, great.
So
Punchline complete
it's
collection.
a great show though, fantastic show, and it's really underrated. I don't hear enough people talk about it. And it had a game made for it that's on the PS4.
What do you do on the game? Go check some panties.
No. So it's like basically the first time that it happens and the world ends. Excuse me. He loses his body, so he's a ghost basically.
Ah.
And then someone has possessed his body, so it's sort of like a dating sim sort of thing where you have to get your body back and stuff.
Okay.
It's really good.
Sounds very.
And fun fact as well.
Someone possessing your body. So.
The name's actually a pun. So Punchline in Japanese like actually translates to Panchy line, which sounds like panty line, which is basically what he has to look at to get
Good
superpowers.
words.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you know, that's my secret love.
Nice to know. Nice to know you like looking at panties. Okay, last one. Intentionally, I went over this one to show it last because I think this and shonen is what most people know anime by.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slice of life. It's kind of what you mentioned. You know, it's an anime that pays attention to the little small details.
Yeah,
and
I love shows like this.
Yeah. Like Violet Evergarden, that was slice of life. So nice, such a fantastic show.
Yeah, it's more of a comedy, but as a manga dio, is another good one. It was based off a comic books, not a comic book. It's like, you know, like how you get like comic strips in newspapers.
Yeah.
It was like a comic book strip that was in Japanese newspapers, and they adapted it into like a show where it'd be like a bunch of different scenarios. That was great. There was also Psyche, which also you could say is a slice of life.
Yeah, I mean, the food animes, a lot of them fall into that.
Oh
category.
yeah, Food Wars.
I like food anime. Every time, it's so nice and
Yeah,
it makes me hungry.
especially movies. Like I don't know what they do, but the way they draw stuff,
Yeah.
like even the most unappealing food looks so nice. Especially Ghibli, like the food in Studio Ghibli movies, so good. Like
the way they animate food is just so.
Yeah.
It looks nice, you know. I just
Yeah.
want to eat.
I think it's Howl's Moving Castle actually, where there's the big one that got me. It was
Howl's Moving Castle. That's a classic.
Yeah, so it's when she's cooking breakfast, and you know, like you've got
The
like
eggs.
the eggs and like the massive like
And the fire
bit of,
is
like,
alive.
bacon. Oh, so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So good.
Fire is alive.
What was your first anime?
My first anime that I watched. I don't remember because I remember I watched Disney cartoons and stuff like that. I know back in Iran the dub version of Dragon Ball Z was playing, but I think the first actual anime I watched was. I'm gonna put in something. Ah, yes. Oh my god. That anime fucked me up. The anime fucked me up.
What was it?
Real good. It was Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh man,
I-
what a first! Jesus.
I watched it. I was crying, ugly crying.
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't want to come back to anime after that if that was my first.
you watched it, right?
Yeah.
That's such a sad
Depressing.
anime. Such a
The
sad
Studio
anime.
Ghibli as well.
Yeah.
Like say their films are usually quite happy.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. It kind of makes me tear up. Like, fuck me. I shouldn't have watched that. Kind of a childhood tragedy. Tragedy. I can
Tragedy.
say. Tragedy. Yes. What is the animes that made you like actually cry? Because it rarely happens to me when watching normal film. With anime, there are certain animes that kind of like have that.
Do you know what? I'm gonna be real. A lot. There's a lot. Not that I'm
Say top three.
top three.
Yeah.
All right. Made in Abyss, number one. Number two, Your Name. Your Name made me cry.
Your Name, I watched it. That was
That made me cry a lot. And you know what? I think Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
Violet Evergarden made me
Okay,
cry.
we share one.
Yeah. like-
Mine is
was that-
Grave of the
Grave of the
Fireflies.
Fireflies.
Because since I watched it at such a young age, it's kind of has that effect on me still. I can just look at the first 5 minutes and be like, fuck, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
And second one would be A Silent Voice.
I've not watched it yet. It's been on my list for so long.
Because, you know, there was Your Name.
Yeah.
Silent Voice is kind of like one step up.
Ah.
It's very nice. And then Violet Evergarden.
Yeah. It's the episode with the mum writing letters, right?
Well, for me, it was when we fast forwarded the time. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
The movie was pretty sad too.
Oh, the movie, like what?
Anything that's got to do with children.
Yeah.
Makes me very, like anything like the Silent Voice again got to do with children.
Yeah.
Grave of the Fireflies. That's children. Violet. The
Yeah.
episodes that had the most impact was like the guy who was writing a script. His daughter died.
Yeah.
The other chick that her daughter was left alone. The first movie,
Yeah.
the girl who was royalty and had to leave her sister.
That was it was an auto eternity doll or something.
Yeah, something
yeah,
like
yeah, it's really good.
And then the last one, the kid that was in the hospital.
Oh, don't even. Right, watching that in cinemas was a whole experience because everyone was just sobbing. Because you didn't feel like you're on
I'm
your own.
glad
like,
I didn't.
everyone was crying.
Because you told me I didn't watch Violet when you offered to
Yeah.
go watch it. I was like, I don't know. I see if I can watch it
Yeah.
first. Because if I didn't, and if I came unprepared
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
no tissues, But-
you always come into movies like that with a hoodie, so you can just put it over your face.
Yeah, it was a beautiful experience.
Yeah, like
Personally, I didn't like the way they went about the story and having Major alive. I would have preferred him to stay dead, you know,
yeah,
because he would have made it more realistic,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But the way they did it, it was still fantastic.
No, it's an amazing show, amazing show, and by an amazing studio like Kyoto Annie, absolutely incredible studio who've been through a lot of hardship. Like, if you're unaware, Kyoto Annie, a studio who focus in on a lot of slice of life shows, kind of like Violet Evergarden, and in 2019
The studio that did Your Name and Violet, I think they did silent voice as well.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, it was
See,
in
I
20
put in Sarah's anime movies the first.
in 2019, a guy, I'm not sure what the motive was, but a guy actually threw Molotovs at the Kyoto Annie studio, and the entire studio
Yeah.
burnt down. They lost.
That was before they released a silent voice.
Yeah,
So
and-
a lot of people who worked on that film, they sadly.
Yeah, it was so sad. Like, so many people lost their lives, and a lot of like animation also got lost. And they had to like build themselves back up from that. And you know, I think a large majority of the second season of Violet Evergarden was lost as well.
Second season. Is
Yeah.
there a second season coming up?
There was supposed to be, but so it was so sad. So like, so much was lost that day, and they had to build themselves back up from that. And the first thing they released since that was actually the Violet Evergarden movie.
Yeah.
That,
I saw
that got
this.
released.
I mean, they got a tragic background too, but everything they make is tragic.
Mm.
You know, the stuff they work on, Your Name, Silent Voice, Violet Evergarden.
It was an incredibly emotional experience, not
Yeah.
just for the movie, but for the context behind it as well.
I know,
like
yeah.
that.
Well, I'd like to visit that studio one day.
Absolutely.
They're probably gonna make it a museum like in 200 years.
Oh yeah. For
But,
sure.
look
I mean, they've already got Studio Ghibli Museum,
Yeah.
so. don't
Well,
see
look at
why
this top 20 status. I haven't watched majority of these, but if you watched any of them, let me
Cool.
know if they're good or not.
not. Oh, Your Name.
Your Name, yeah, we watched that.
Oh, 5 centimeters per second. Now
I haven't seen that.
that's an emotional one. So that is actually the first film by the guy who made Silent Voice. Not Silent Voice. Your Name.
Your Name.
It was his
Okay.
first movie.
Yo, this guy, we need to keep their names because they're making some bangers.
Yeah, yeah,
Like this one and this one in the top 20.
yeah. And Violet Evergarden then.
Violet.
Oh, when Marnie was there. Now that was the last movie that Studio Ghibli ever made officially as a studio, and that was emotional. I think I didn't like how it ended, but like it was still an emotional experience. I really loved it, and the music was great.
Konoseki, I know.
No,
Katasumini.
I've not seen that one.
Look at me.
Perfect Blue. I wouldn't say that's emotional. Like it's more psychological horror. Like Satoshi Kon made that movie, and it was all about. Have you seen it?
No.
So it's all about how the stardom system works in Japan. Like how they'll like they're very toxic over there. Like they have like idol culture, so they'll
Right.
and
They
all
do?
that. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
So it's very toxic. It's like train, don't stop. You're not allowed to date people because you have to keep your image. It's really toxic. I'd recommend reading up on it because there is a lot there. Like there was this one person, a group I used to listen to called AKB48. I only remember her first name was like Yuko, but she got caught dating someone else secretly behind the studio's back, and she was forced to shave her head and issue an apology video.
Jesus
So
Christ.
Perfect Blue is all about toxic sort of like
That
idol
kind of
culture.
thing reminds me of it was some banned animes that were like in the horror genre. They depicted some. I would check this. I would check that video out
Yeah.
afterwards because it showed a few animes that are banned in a lot of countries because of how horrific the
Yeah.
scenery was. But I'm intrigued to check them out. You know?
Yeah, perfect. Oh, definitely check out Perfect Blue as well
What is
because
this?
Satoshi Kon is incredible, and plus, you can tell it's influential because it was actually what inspired elements from Black Swan and I can't remember the name of the other one now. It's the one where it's like a bunch of people. It's a bunch of people who like take drugs and like I can't remember the name. It's Requiem for a Dream.
I haven't watched that.
It's basically
You watched a lot of anime.
yeah,
that
so the dude, the English director basically, I think he's American. He bought the rights to Perfect Blue, not to adapt Perfect Blue, but to take elements from Perfect Blue, and use those scenes directly in his movies, basically, because the movie was that good. It's incredible.
Interesting. You watched this one?
No.
Say.
Oh, Anohana, my lord, what a sad show. Like, I mean, it's fantastic, but it made me cry like a little girl. It's one of those where it's like, you know, like you hear a single piece of music.
This
and
one I've watched.
It reminds
You're
me.
Laying Up.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's a classic.
Really good show. Grave of the Firefly.
Fuck me. I
Here we
can't
go.
even look at the picture. Let's go.
Silent Voice.
I wouldn't put it up. Like, this one would be number one for me.
Yeah.
This movie fucked me up.
If it was
Who made this?
top 20 animes that traumatized you, then it'd be number one.
Because watching it at that age, you know,
Yeah, it's a lot.
like, because the scene that I vividly remember is him getting beat up for getting food for his.
Yeah, you see, the two scenes that always stick out to me are, the one where she's, you know, like she's got the firefly in her hand and it's like at night, that bit, and also when she's like lay on the floor with like the little bit of like watermelon that she's just not eating it because she's like so malnourished. Once again, no spoilers. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Clan.
Oh, Clanad.
Clanad.
I've been told about it. Another slice of life anime, but I've not watched it. Angel Beats. Watched part of it. Never finished it. I need to, because it's like Kids in Purgatory, basically. Plastic Memories. I've heard of it. Not watched it.
Whisper of the Heart.
Incredible movie. It's actually fun fact. It's the only Studio Ghibli movie that has a sequel.
Huh. What is it called?
So do you know the
Whisper of the Heart 2?
No, it's do you know The Cat Returns?
No.
All right, so there's
I haven't watched this film.
All right, so there's a movie called Cat Returns. So what it is Whisper of the Heart is about this girl who's passionate about books and writing books, and she's like struggling to like write a book, and she meets this guy who's a violinist, and they basically work together, and she basically creates this book throughout the movie, and then you get to see a movie adaptation of the book that she wrote. It's really cool.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
That's how you do a sequel.
Yeah.
The girl who learned leaped through time.
I didn't rate it. I got to be honest with you. I feel like because I watched it in a time after, like, you know, like I've been hearing about this movie for so long and everyone was talking about how good it was. And then I watched it and I was just like, it's kind of naff. But the reason I think it's naff is not anything against the movie, but it's actually the same dude who made Belle.
Yeah.
And the same dude who made Wolf Children and stuff like that. And it's just obviously everything that's wrong with that movie is simply based on it being his first time directing a movie. So, you know, it got better with time, basically. But I just didn't like that
Number
one.
4, though. Okay, let's see. Number 3.
I've got this one on Blu-ray.
I want to eat your pancreas.
Yeah, so I bought
Is this comedy or?
No, it's a drama. So
Does he eat?
So I actually bought this on Blu-ray simply on the title. I thought it was a show about zombies.
Oh, it's a show. Okay.
Actually, no, sorry, I got it wrong. It's a movie.
Oh.
So I bought it because I thought it was about zombies, but it's actually about this girl who has a terminal illness and this boy who like meets her through letters, and then he wants to sort of like, I guess, befriend her, and they fall in love. But I've not watched it yet. I've got it on Blu-ray. It's sitting on my shelf. I wanted to watch it, but my sister said she wanted me to wait to watch it with her. But the whole thing with I want to eat your pancreas.
Wolf Children. That's it. That's what you just mentioned.
Yeah. So the back to the I want to eat your pancreas. The whole thing with that is I think it's something to do with Asian culture where they believe that consuming you know, like if you have like a part of your body that's fallen ill, or like there's something wrong with it, if you consume a healthy, like, you know, like a healthy version of that, so say I had a bad liver, if I ate a healthy liver, or like I absorb that goodness, that will help heal me. So I want to eat your pancreas is kind of him to her saying, I love you and I want to give you my pancreas to eat because I want you to be healthy, basically.
Wolf children.
Yeah.
We just mentioned that.
Fantastic.
Into the forest of what is it with fireflies?
Yeah, fireflies are just signs of emotion,
Okay,
man.
I'll check that out. Who's this article written by? Just give me shout out. Cinnamon Holy. Okay, it should be at the top.
I'm honestly surprised about how many of them I've actually seen. I didn't think I've watched that much anime, but clearly.
Mirza Akibek.
No.
Should be sure. Okay, thank you, Mirza Akibek.
Good job. You did good.
Okay, let's go check that out.
Yeah.
Let's go check these. Let's go check this.
Oh, Cosmonaut Variety Hour. I love that guy. What sort of anime YouTubers do you like? Is there any like particular ones that sort of like you enjoy watching?
The one I started watching was Yaboy Roshi.
Oh,
They're hilarious.
yeah,
They're
I love that guy.
Lupa is fun. Okay, let me show you.
What about Glass Reflections? Do you watch him?
I watched a couple of them, but my favorite is just Yaboy Roshi is my favorite.
Yeah, he's good.
Because a few recommendation ones was like the Normies, the Blind Wave, a couple ones, but Yaboy Roshi is the best one.
For me, like, I mean, the first one, and I think he'll always be my favorite, is this guy called Douchebag Chocolat. It's because he gave absolutely no shits about what anyone else thought, and he'd just like do his own thing with like videos, and I absolutely love him for it. Top 10 band anime. Welcome to Watch Mojo.
What is this? Is it?
Okay. Oh, this reminds me. Did you hear about on Funimation where they accidentally put hentai like on Funimation?
How does that happen?
So they just didn't realize, and they just put it on there for everyone to watch for like I think a few days, and then it got taken off right after.
Do children have access to Funimation?
Probably.
That's so bad. I know you're hungry. We're gonna wrap this up after this. Gonna have some food. Pokemon.
Oh, Excel Saga.
You watched a lot of anime.
I didn't realize how much anime I've seen, man. Excel Saga. I didn't realize it was banned.
Piracy in Japan, except for the final episode, aptly titled "Going Too Far." Still unaired in its home country, it was considered too long, too violent, too obscene, and just generally too much. While the rest of the show was never banned, this episode can only be seen on DVD releases of the show. Clearly this was on purpose.
It's really good.
You'd have to give the creators points for sticking to the title.
Excel, this world is corrupt.
Number 9 had Talia Axis Powers.
Alright, this one I'm not interested in. Have you watched it?
I've seen Hetalia, but I've not seen this one.
I want to see the horror one that I remember.
Not seen this.
The team behind Excel Saga strikes again in a spin-off series that was banned in New Zealand for pretty similar reasons. It's lewd, it's crude, and it's far too
lewd, that's like...
Oh, okay, alright.
Okay.
Enough said.
What the hell?
This series follows the Matsuno sextuplets who, at any given opportunity, prove to be the most depraved of brothers. While most of the series gets away with this, despite its adult sense of humor...
Oh my god.
It's Attack on Titan.
It's a naked 15-foot baby.
Is that a JoJo's reference?
You know, the audio sounds so much crisper when you hold it, you know? 1, 2, 3.
Oh man. Can we re-record this whole episode? I want to do it like this now.
Yeah, just hold it, huh? I think it's too short, or this isn't tall enough.
Yeah, it's fine. Hi guys.
Because this is how a podcast should sound, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may be one of the darkest
This has
which is exactly why it was banned in China.
Oh.
Excessive violence will get an anime put on a banned list rather quickly in the country, and just watching the first episode of Tokyo Ghoul is enough to
Yeah, I know it was.
satisfy.
I didn't think it was banned. I know that they definitely censored it.
Humans struggling with his
You watched the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, right?
Yeah.
I watched both second and third season
Was
too.
it any good?
Trash. I kind of somehow enjoyed the second season, even though they changed it. But they should have just kept up with the manga. you know?
Yeah.
And they tried to correct course, but it was too late.
Number 5, Attack on Titan.
Really?
You haven't watched it, right?
As if Tokyo
I've
Ghoul
not.
was bloody
I-
enough.
Of all the animes not to watch, I think this one's quite a big one to miss.
Yeah.
But I did.
Yeah, you watched some very unknown animes, but the main ones.
Yeah, I guess you could say I'm indie.
Because when it comes to storytelling and plot development
Yeah.
and creating a
Anime has been praised in several other countries. It's been
Just
considered too much
the storytelling,
The violence may
whoever the writer is, I forgot his name.
the story
I think there's a couple
Yeah.
geniuses.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to buy the omnibus of the manga, but it's like 50 quid.
Yeah,
And there's like 5 of them.
because you watch this, there's like something in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
That thing comes back into play in the last episode.
Oh,
You're like,
wow.
oh my god, everything is like interconnected,
Yeah.
and how they kind of attach different things.
Yeah. I mean,
Phenomenal.
I'd definitely say I like the art style in Attack on Titan. It's definitely unique. Like with like the large outlines on all the characters. Like I really like that. Like, It
Yeah.
looks very comic booky.
But none of this sounds like a reason for an anime to be banned.
I wonder if Ghost Stories will be on this list.
Sports are rather prominent.
I don't.
High School DxD. I remember
This
this.
isn't
one.
a video I was watching. That video was about horror stuff.
High School DxD is a lot. And good is not one of them.
Is
it again lewd and-
Yeah. I think that's one word.
What I see is boobs.
Yeah. It's like eating fast food. Like you know for a fact it's not good for you,
Yeah.
but you'll watch it anyway. You're getting nothing out of it.
Death Note.
No, really. Ray Penber.
Rape him. This is one of the few animes that have a nice dubbed cast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This, Cowboy Bebop.
So good.
Yeah. Did you watch the show, the adaptation?
Yeah, and can't lie, you know, I was really singing its praises for the first few episodes. I was like, you know what, for what it is, it's quite good. But then the last episode happened. Trash.
What was his lover?
Maria.
They just messed her up.
I know. Why is she a villain?
Why does she have so much to do anyway?
Yeah.
They just ruined it.
And the whole thing with Vicious was he was mysterious, and now they have him as like a
Pokemon number 1.
Oh yeah, because there was the episode that caused seizures.
Ah.
Yeah. Wait, I got to show you Douchebag Chocolat now. I think you'd like him. Don't copyright me, please.
But yeah, did you see my review of Attack on Titan? Of Cowboy Bebop show?
Is it the one where you like just sat still?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's the best review on YouTube, honestly. That just perfectly. Yeah. Fantastic review.
Love it.
I think it's a bit too long, if you ask me. It should have been 10. Yeah, that's the. Be right back.
Love it.
But it won't come back because it got cancelled.
It did. It got and now people are petitioning to get it to keep going. But I'm just like, no.
They messed up. They messed up the dial. They messed up too much. I mean, the set design was fine. The way it looked was fine. I liked
The guy who played Jet was really good.
the guy who played his assistant. Not assistant, his partner. What is he called?
Faye.
No, the other one. The dude.
Spike.
Oh, Spike is the main character.
Yeah, so you have-
Jet is that's what I
Yeah.
meant. Yeah. Spike and Jet, those were cast very.
Yeah.
Faye was alright too, but I mean there was a lot of people were sad. Not sad. They were not satisfied with the casting of Faye because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, she's not sexy enough or
Yeah.
costume. And I understand that because it's kind of like part of her character, like
Yeah.
Catwoman, you know, because
Yeah.
she kind of uses that in the show. It's kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did like her personally in the show. I thought she was good. But
She said fuck way too many times.
yeah, and
she
plus
was.
Maria. I can't forgive what they did with that because that is unbelievable. Like I was trying so hard to enjoy the show, and then that happened. I was like, oh,
what they did with the villains, it was trash.
Yeah.
because they were so intimidating in the show, in the anime,
Yeah.
and in this they're just like,
yeah. I mean, for someone called Vicious, he certainly just got like sidelined a lot by a lot of other characters.
yes, he did. Let me see if I can really quick. Okay, that's the one I think.
Is that the one?
Don't tell me this video is banned.
I think so. Oh, I've seen that one.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're not old enough.
What?
You need a credit card to identify your age.
I have different
What?
accounts. Don't worry, I have different accounts.
No, I just find it wild that YouTube ask you to put in your credit card details to make sure you're of age.
Crazy. YouTube is. They ban and censor stuff, and they got some crazy shit available. You know,
Unbelievable.
unbelievable. YouTube, get your shit together. You know,
Get your shit
and
all
get me
in
some
a suitcase.
goddamn subscribers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just get
Exactly.
some bots, get all your bots together, and get them to subscribe to the show, and then get
oh
them
my
views.
goodness, just
Oh,
the first frame.
hello.
All right, you up for this last video
Let's-
before we have lunch?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's give a shout out to this channel. That one, last one was Watch Mojo. This one is Marvelous
Yeah.
Videos. Thank you for letting us use your video.
That's like honestly me like when the shower's too
If you
hot.
ask me to take it down, I know you're not gonna probably see this video because it's got 10 subscribers. But if you ask me to take it down, I won't.
Yeah.
And
See, this
that's
is the good part of not having many subscribers. Not many people tell you to take stuff down. So we could literally upload a full movie and you just
Yeah.
would be none the wiser.
yeah. I got like 10 views and half of them is me. Oh my god.
Disturbing horror animes that are banned in many countries.
This guy even sounds spooky himself.
Yeah.
Anime hasn't conquered, and horror
Anime
is
hasn't
essential.
conquered.
You know, for my next documentary, I would do that too. I adapt my voice to what the story is.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'd be interested in going to voice acting. I would love to try voice acting.
Yeah, your voice is gonna sound good for a couple genres.
Yeah. Slice of life. Ooh.
But I've been procrastinating, but I'm gonna work on my, because I bought a book. I've been reading almost half of it.
Yeah.
It's the war in Korea.
Mm.
But I can't make it like a 2-hour documentary. I want to make it like a short and sweet one, like the last one, 15, 20 minutes. And yeah, I don't know if I should do the voiceover again myself though.
Do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, I loved your documentary. Like,
Right.
it was so good.
I can't watch it back. Every time I hear my voice, it's like,
Me too. I hate looking at mine. I honestly, I don't know how I managed to get the grade.
that's why I
did
like
with that.
podcasts. You know, you don't have to edit it. You just stick the footage together, turn up
Yeah.
the volume.
Yeah. So you have to listen to us for like 3 hours almost. Oh no, 2 hours 17.
Yes,
You see, I was here thinking I was going to beat Paddy's record of longest podcast.
we can do. But aren't you?
Let's do it.
Oh, you want to be?
Yeah, I want to. I'm very sorry, Paddy, but I really want to beat your
Yeah.
record.
Yeah. Oh, you had a record, but it was short-lived. Try harder next
to be
time.
short-lived. 1v1 me.
Watching horror anime that are extremely spooky, and in some cases pretty disturbing as well. They toy with the psychology of the viewer and are often too gruesome to handle. The form of horror might be
These kind of look amazing though. Like look
Yeah.
at the art style.
The color on that's really cool.
Blue and red background.
Yeah.
psychological, or even a simple narrative about the supernatural. But these horror anime have entertained the
Wait,
fans over the
I think I
years.
know a few of
In this
these.
video, we have brought together a collection of some of the best horror anime that will be the perfect watch in the aftermath of Halloween. Some of these are even banned in many countries owing to their disturbing content. Pull up the blankets and leave the lights on as we take you through
Oh
this
my
eerie
goodness.
journey. Before we
I
go
hope
into
people
our
can see this.
explanation, we have a
Sorry,
very small
I'll move back
request.
so you can
If
see.
you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small clip for you, but for us, it means a lot.
Yes, what he said.
Yeah, like and subscribe, people. Stop being so selfish.
Oh my god, this guy's just looking at him.
Oh, Paranoia Agent. This is good.
Have you watched this?
Yeah, this was same dude who did Perfect Blue. So Satoshi Kon, genius.
It's good that you know the directors. You need to send me a few of them. I'll check them out.
Oh, I can I can give you a list if you want.
Yeah.
Give you a list of stuff to watch.
They soon discover that the attacker picks his victims such that their life actually gets better following the assault. However, soon the attacks turn more violent, and a confession from Tsukiko sheds some light on the identity of this mysterious assailant. This surreal and psychological anime is a treat for those who like their anime with a dark theme. It is certainly for a mature audience because Paranoia Agent doesn't hesitate to go into some unpleasant characters in terrible situations.
True that.
Oh my
God.
God.
Also, the intro to this one's wild. It's like Euro beats.
You know the good thing about anime is too? You can do anything you want. Like you just visualize it, you get the artist.
Yeah.
You can have the exact replication of what you have.
Yeah.
But it's different for film.
Yeah.
Because there's so many other variables when it comes to filming something.
Yeah. It's like Belle. Like Belle's a really cool movie, and it's the way it sort of like connected 3D animation and utilized 3D animation and 2D animation and then sort of spliced them together. So cool, and you can only do that in anime. So
I mean, we probably can make our own kind of slice of life short film.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you'd be up for that.
Yeah. I mean, funnily enough, I actually...
It's not going to be in the city. We're going to have to go to a village where it's like more traditional.
I would
with the lovely scenery.
Yeah.
I know a couple of people. I have a couple of friends who actually do soundtracks and stuff too.
Yeah, we could just go Wales. Just villages. Go with the sheep.
There's a village called Osmotherly, something like that.
I mean, it's fun. It's
What?
Oh, it's because you've got it on there. It's funny that you're actually bringing up about like doing a slice of life stuff because there's an anime that I watched a while ago that really impacted me and affected me, and that was called Welcome to the NHK, which is about a character called Saito who is a hikikomori, or a NEET, which stands for not employed in education or something else.
Okay.
So it's basically someone who lives off of the money that they're given by other people, and they're just like, they're a hermit in the room, they don't leave the room.
Right.
So and he basically has these weird like conspiracy theories that people are watching him, and it's all a conspiracy theory to sort of like kill him or brainwash him or something. So it's a whole show of him sort of getting out of that mindset and sort of sorting that out. And I've always been interested in the book that it's based on is also really cool because it was actually written by someone who themselves was a hikikomori.
Right.
And the irony was, he was hoping that writing the book would stop him being a hikikomori and he'd get out of that mindset. But he actually has continued to be a hikikomori because the money that he got from royalties from selling the book actually allowed him to not need to leave his house.
Okay.
So he just stayed at home and continued to be a hikikomori. But I what I'm basically trying to say is it's always intrigued me, and it's actually one that I've been like writing sort of like an adaptation of, like, because I would love to like sort of like, even if it's
That's
just
very
a short film, like I'd love to like turn it into an actual
I
live
feel
action
like
thing.
when it comes to like slice of life, that kind of stuff, we can actually make it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Welcome to the NHK is a wild story, super interesting, and you definitely should check it out. And
Yeah, you need to send me a list of all this stuff.
yeah, it's
Because with Patrick, he's got like watched a shit ton of films that I haven't watched. With
Yeah.
you watched a shit ton of animes that I haven't
yeah.
watched.
Have you got Funimation?
Crunchyroll I have.
Oh, because it's on Funimation.
I'll check it out.
You can get a 33-day trial.
Okay.
But yeah, like it is incredible, and it's perfect for adaptation into live action.
Nice. But I've been to this village a couple of years ago.
Osmotherly.
It's up north near Newcastle and Middlesbrough. But it's got fantastic scenery.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be perfect for the kind of like, because it's sunny too. It's got some lovely views. See, stuff like that.
That is really pretty.
'Kay, I don't think the stuff we want to make, we'll be able to make it in the city. We have to move out.
Yeah.
Go to these small, contained places.
Yeah. And to keep the budget as small as possible, we'd have to have like a camp.
I've been
Like a
here. I've been
tent.
here. I think I bought a ice cream.
Yeah, we'd have to have like a
See?
tent or something. That, honestly, I would absolutely love to go there. That looks really, really pretty.
Yep. See, it's got all these places.
That's so cool. Imagine that though. Like, imagine like actual, like it becoming like a commercial thing, like slice, like slice of life sort of live action
Yeah.
Western TV.
And I think
I mean, technically speaking, that's kind of what Coronation Street is. It's like it's just days in the life of two characters.
I think the way to do it visually too would be to make it more unrealistic as opposed to realistic.
Yeah,
like with
like-
the color grading and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like do like Blade Runner sort of.
Not even that. I want to make it like hazy and less contrasty with lots of soft light.
Yeah.
Even in the outside world, like less contrast.
Yeah, and you could also like in terms of costume design, make sure they're all wearing like really vibrant colors, but also ensure like, you know, like you have a color per character. So like when I was making a short film in uni, I made sure to have all the lead cast wear their color, so you could easily differentiate them in a crowd, basically.
Yeah.
And the colors also represented stuff about that character. So it'd be cool to do that with like a slice of life.
Because when it comes to slice of life, the world is almost always absolutely beautiful. You know, the world
Oh, yeah.
building. It's the characters that kind of have that. I don't want to say darkness because it's in general pretty positive.
Yeah.
That kind of duality and, you know,
Yeah.
both sides. But I think we can make the scenery just beautiful to look at. Like, you know, take away the contrast.
Yeah.
I think that adds to having a one-dimensional world.
Yeah, like a really good example of exactly what you're talking about is there's this show that's on.
I love this scene.
There's this show on Channel 4 called Utopia.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of it?
I heard of it, yeah.
So the whole thing is about this comic book that predicts the future, basically, and viruses and stuff. And because they wanted to give it like a comic book look with like you were saying, unrealistic color schemes and stuff, rather than basing it off the like not typical like RGB color scheme, they did like the CY something color scheme. So like it's like off like what like 50s movies color schemes have. So it's cyan, yellow, and something else. But it's like the color scheme is based on that. If you look up Utopia, it'll show you what I mean. But it's like really cool color scheme. And if you haven't watched it, definitely watch it. It's so good. It got cancelled after 2 seasons, which is really sad. Oh, that's not it.
What?
That's not the show. That's the American one.
That's this one, right?
Yeah, it's that one. It actually, there's a video online if you look up the beauty of Utopia. Because this is all the American one, which is trash.
Okay.
It's really bad.
The beauty of Utopia.
Yeah, and to be honest, the beauty of, in general, that channel is fantastic. He doesn't get paid for what he does. He just enjoys doing it, and he's amazing.
This one.
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about, like color schemes.
That's...
And like all the digital composition with like the making it look like a Super 8 sort of camera.
I think that would look very, very good for like a whole short film with this kind of...
Yeah, yeah.
Or at least like a slight vignette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is rounded, and the feather is low, so it doesn't blend in.
Yeah.
It's more like a frame.
Yeah, it looks
But
really
still,
nice.
It looks very nice. Is it a dark show?
It's quite dark, yes. There's
Ah.
a lot of death and dying and disease. The 3Ds, what
What
you
is
want in a
that?
TV show. Oh, it's a field of
Did it change the coloring post, or is it the actual field? Because it feels like it's been
well
changed somehow.
It would be less exaggerated than that, but I assume that it is that color. It's just they've exaggerated the color scheme in post with color grading. But that was the whole thing with the show. They wanted to give it like a comic book sort of color scheme.
Huh.
But it's really beautiful. and the music as well. This is a song from it by Christoph van der Waal or something. He's
This
great.
is a very Wes Anderson-y shot.
Oh yeah.
Center frame. That's a nice soundtrack.
Right? Vibing.
Ah, that's so nice.
Yeah.
This one.
This show, like I said, this show's incredible.
And when I'm looking at these, it kind of feels like multiple different shows.
Yeah, yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, yeah. It's honestly, it's still so.
Because you see, you got that aspect ratio.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a what does he call that? 16 by. That's not 16 by. That's like a 4x3 almost.
Yeah, 4x3.
And then you have anamorphic afterwards.
Yeah. So that'd be like a 2-to-1 to something.
A bit taller. That's an. Oh.
Right?
Who's the cinematographer?
I don't know the name. But the show's fucking awesome.
Look at this. Center frame again. That's real fire.
Yeah.
See, overblown the highlights.
Yeah, yeah. Center frame again. It's just so good.
That's that color.
Yeah. Would you
They
believe
had
this? Would you believe this was a show on Channel 4?
No.
Like, it's filmed like a movie.
As soon as
so
it's a
good.
Channel 5, I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just check this. I'll just see the photos. Well, I actually want to watch it now.
Yeah, it's on 4OD. You can watch it like anytime. It was on Amazon Prime
I
for a
don't
while.
have. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Because I don't have a TV license.
That's fine. You can need one. You can just sign in.
Huh?
You
Oh,
ju-
yeah.
Yeah. You don't need. I mean, yes, you absolutely need a TV license to be
yes,
able to.
you do.
But you don't. You
But I
don't.
just watch, the streaming. You don't need TV license
Yeah.
for streaming. See, this is what I meant by diffusing the light, less contrast. And
Yeah.
I want to lift up the shadows.
Yeah.
Do you use in your when you're editing? Do you do color grading too in your?
Yeah. Yeah. So
do you use DaVinci or is it in?
No. So all our editing is actually done in Adobe.
It's crazy to me because in college and uni they taught us all these different software, and anyone who's ever hired is looking for Adobe
Yeah.
suite apps.
I can't lie. I did feel a bit like annoyed that it's just like, oh, all industries use like Blackmagic,
Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve, and I'm just
Maybe
like,
Hollywood, maybe
maybe Hollywood.
these big budget movies, but anywhere I go, I say I'm an expert in DaVinci. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want an expert. How are you in Adobe After Effects? I'm kind of
Yeah.
like a beginner / intermediate. No, sorry.
Yeah, literally. So everything that I've ever done is in Premiere Pro, but basically we'll shoot flat on our Blackmagic 4K Pocket Cinema camera with a 24 to 70mm lens, and it'll look really. It'll just basically look like flat, but nice composition shot, just really flat. So then we'll color correct it, but basically if I want a certain area to look nice, I'll like mask it and then color grade it separately, and then I'll basically mask.
But I still feel
everything.
like DaVinci is a better software.
It's simplified.
Yeah, if I find it Adobe, because I used Adobe first, used it in the first year.
Yeah.
It was alright, but when I learned how to use DaVinci, I think it's much more efficient.
Yeah,
in doing the same thing.
It's really good. I wish more jobs would use it.
Yeah,
To be honest, but you know.
because I even offered it to people. Like, I'll just do everything you want. There was this. I was talking to the CEO of this small company. She was looking for a live broadcaster and a video editor, and we talked back and forth. I was like, sure, I'll do Adobe After Effects, but
Yeah.
DaVinci, let's use DaVinci because first of all, it's free.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they just know After Effects, Adobe
Yeah.
Premiere.
And this is the thing, I barely
Yeah.
know it. It's so difficult. It's so
I
convoluted.
feel like you're even better with DaVinci than Premiere.
Yeah.
Or are you used to Premiere by now?
I'm used to it, but I wouldn't say like personally. I do feel like I like how DaVinci Resolve is sort of all in one place. So
And it's great tools too. Plugins, like you don't need more than that.
yeah. Whereas with Premiere, you have to export the rough cut and then put the rough cut into a composition file on After Effects, and then once you've got the composition done with the effects, then you re-export it
From Premiere, yeah.
back into Premiere, and it's just such a ball.
And After Effects is such a mindfuck.
Yeah,
Like-
there's way too much there.
Fusion is so simple and nice. You add
Yeah.
the nodes. It's kind of like building a puzzle.
Yeah, yeah.
You know where each piece is, even if you're not proficient in using it.
Yeah,
Just by knowing the steps and what to add and what to not add.
yeah,
Shift space, add the layer, add the node, add the animation.
yeah. It's
But-
so much easier.
Yeah, I don't know why so many people that just go with Premiere. I thought that would give me an edge knowing DaVinci, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Okay. Avid too.
Avid. Avid is so beyond me. And you know the worst part? I really hope my job doesn't see this. I really hope not.
Yeah.
In which case, everything I'm about to say is a lie,
Wait.
and it's not the truth.
Yeah, we're just making.
But
light conversation.
I said I was an intermediate of Avid. Never touched it in my life. And not only that, it
I'm
is
pretty
so
sure-
beyond my head. Like I cannot grasp it.
I watched a video on it.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't have shortcuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's so overcomplicated.
yeah. You have to go here and here, do this simple task.
Yeah. It'll look nice in photos. It'll make me look like I'm really proficient. Like if someone sees that I'm using Avid.
Yeah,
But
like-
when in reality, it just overcomplicates
It doesn't make
the
sense
entire process.
Because I mean, it's nice to know all these applications
Yeah.
for different purposes, but
yeah.
it's best to be an expert at one thing that is really good. You
Well,
know?
I mean, not to be a weeb again, but there's actually this Japanese thing that I found out about, which I can't remember the name of it. I was actually watching Paul Hollywood Does Japan when I had COVID back in December,
Right.
and it was I can't remember the name. It was like Kinseki or something like that. And it's basically the art of Japanese people don't believe, jack of all trades. They believe you should do one thing to a T, like perfect. So
Yeah.
that's why you'll go to a restaurant in Japan and the guy will be like, I serve this one specific food, but I serve it really well. Like I do the perfect this.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, you'll go to like a restaurant. It's like, oh yeah, we do burgers, pizzas, spaghetti. We do all
Italian food,
Yeah,
lasagna,
literally. And
gourmets,
yeah,
steaks.
it's so dumb. And then in Japan, it's the art of being proficient and perfect at one thing,
Yeah.
which I think is a lot more, a better thing
Yeah,
to do.
people take the diversify sentiment in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because you say diversify your income,
Yeah.
your stuff,
I just want to go.
your skills, even your soft skills, how to
Yeah.
speak, how to write, how to communicate. But when it comes to, technical skills, I feel like it's better to be really proficient at one thing. I mean, maybe I'm wrong because we don't have that much experience in the work field. Maybe we'll change our mind in the future. Maybe someone has a
No.
different opinion.
I'd rather just focus on one thing. like with video.
I agree.
Like being a video editor, I'd rather just I was going to bring this up, but obviously because my probation has been extended, I don't want to say anything too bad right now. But I've been thinking of saying to them, like, basically, rather than do everything, I feel like you should hire, if you've got the money for it, which they have now because they've been bought out by a big company. Why don't you hire a video, like a video production person who does all like the camera work, and then I become really proficient at just the social
Yeah.
video content, because then rather than having to do it all, which I don't mind, I enjoy all of that, and like honestly it's this is my dream job.
Yeah.
But I think it would be so much more good if I could be so proficient at like these social videos.
Yeah. Because you can push more stuff out as well.
Yeah, because
Your whole team was more efficient. You got this
Yeah.
team for pre-production. You got a team for production. You got a team for post-production. That's
Yeah.
how that's how 90% of them do it anyway.
Yeah, right now it's just 2 people. It's me and the head of my department.
Yeah,
that's
you
it.
just have to find a nice balance. I mean,
Yeah.
I never run a company, so I don't know how it works. I'm just talking out my ass.
Me neither.
But this is just how I imagine it to be, you know. When it comes to films and stuff, when you want to edit, some companies even have like different sections, like audio mixer. Now they do
Yeah.
that for movies,
Yeah.
but these big agencies that create advertisements, they got like so many subsections,
Yeah.
and I don't like that either.
Really?
When it's 2 subsections, when
Yeah.
it's too corporate, you just have, just put in the subtitle. That's it. That's
Oh,
your task.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you can literally, like, nowadays, like, I mean, not to
Because that's
make fun of
boring.
you. Yeah,
Because that's boring. You know,
Yeah.
for me, there's no passion into that. I don't want to work on a project that I just have to put the subtitles,
Yeah.
do this minor edit. I want to have a more
Yeah.
major impact on it, but
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
it's different for each company.
Yeah, like I don't want to make fun of you if your job is the subtitles guy, but
But
now,
we're making fun of it. No,
but
we're not.
Yeah,
We're not.
yeah.
We're not.
But now you can literally, like, there is an option in Adobe Premiere Pro where you can auto caption it yourself, and then you can manually change it.
So many stuff is being automated.
Yeah.
I don't think an editor's job will ever be replaced, because
No, 'cause
editing
we're
is like
awesome.
editing is like writing. There's a certain level of imaginative input, creative input that can't be replicated by machinery. By like it can be randomized and by chance they could replicate it, but consistent output.
Yeah.
I think certain jobs won't be replaced.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon. Like color grading, maybe you can get a technically perfect color correction, but grading as in to have an aesthetic that
Yeah.
has a different feel, for example,
Yeah.
that's not going to be replaced by a machine. You
Yeah.
can have a filter on it, but it's not going to look as good as if a
Yeah.
professional applies a certain color hue
Yeah.
to make it look a way where it feels the way they want it to feel. You know what I mean?
I would absolutely love to be a color grader. Like
Yeah,
that'd be,
I really enjoy
I
that.
love it so much.
I really enjoy that too. Like I told you last year I was focusing on that.
Yeah.
And just overall, like for my last documentary, I know I've made just one so far. I had to do everything, right?
Yeah.
But even though when I had to do everything, there's things you like doing more.
Yeah.
Like
Of course.
doing the research
it
and
sucked.
writing it. It took me so long. Like right now I'm in the research process. I know after I have the script ready,
Yeah.
I download the footage, editing, I know it's going to be ended.
Yeah.
I know I have a deadline, I can edit. But when
Yeah.
I'm in the research process, it's kind of like, it kind of is on and off.
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep your work ethic intact.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing a task that you don't particularly enjoy to reach that goal,
Absolutely.
But hopefully, I wanted to release this documentary by February 22nd.
Ooh.
But as it is looking right now, it's probably going to take a few more weeks.
As long as
But-
it gets, I mean, if you need a second opinion, I'm more than happy to take a look and
Yeah. I may need some help too, but I'll let you know.
I am more than
I'll let
happy
you know.
to.
Yeah, hopefully it comes out well. Keep an eye out on my
Yeah.
second channel.
Check out for teasers.
Check out for teaser. The trailer I made for that one was
Yeah.
amazing though.
Oh no, it's really
You know?
good. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the trailer was actually better than the documentary itself.
No.
It was like 10-second clip, like going fast forward with the sound. Dun, 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 dun. It was like a Batman trailer.
Yeah. No, the documentary was great. I loved it. Like honestly, I think you did a phenomenal job with it.
Thank you.
And
I liked yours a lot too. Yours was
thank you.
very, very.
Niche.
No, it was very. I'm trying to look for the word.
Mm.
I don't want to say intimate because I've been saying it for like 50th time.
Take a shot
was
every time Asha says
Intimate. It was very well done.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that because I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
I know. I feel the same. I think a lot of creatives are like that.
Yeah.
When you always find a fault winning that
Yeah.
piece of work.
But it's like in other stuff, like you take inspiration from like all this, that like like loads of places as well. Like I'm not even joking about this. I mean I've been doing YouTube for ages, and I'm on and off of it, and then I make a new channel. Like I did one over the pandemic called Zombie Lime,
Yeah.
and I loved it. I did video game.
I'll put it in the
reviews.
description chat.
Yeah,
you can go and visit.
video game reviews. Check it out. It's great. So then I stopped after a while, but then after like seeing your podcasts and stuff and like how you're doing with this, it's just really made me want to make another video.
Yeah.
So like you inspire me to like make content as well.
Yeah,
so.
let's do it, bro. I even have a Twitch. Let me see my Twitch is.
I
so
also
trash.
have a Twitch, also Zombie Live. If you wanna just a quick bit of cheeky spawn.
Have you? What do you stream games or is it just chatting?
I stream games on my PS5 sometimes.
4 followers.
Nice. I have 2. So I'm hoping to double that to 4 by 2026. That's my goal.
That's our goal.
Yeah. So 4 subscribers.
I need 100.
2026.
I need 100.
100. Nice.
100.
Nice. Well, I have.
Have you played League of Legends?
I did. I only played the free version though. I only ever played Ash.
I mean, it's free. It's not paid. You can buy currency in game, but you don't have to. You just
What about, yeah, but some characters like Jinx you have to pay for.
you can unlock it when you open chests.
Oh,
But,
I didn't play for that long.
well, as when you level up, it gives you money, and then you can collect money.
Yeah.
But we watched Arcane, right?
I've only watched. I didn't finish it. I watched.
haven't-
No, I've watched the first 3 episodes.
What did you think the third episode?
So good.
Yeah, it was
'Cause-
unexpected.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
yeah. Because the thing is, I know who Jinx is, and
Yeah.
I know all that. And then it was like, oh, she's failure at everything. And then it's like, oh, you're such a Jinx. I was like, oh, I see what they're doing. And then the final episode, like episode 3, happened. I was like, I see what they're doing.
It's
This is really
one of the
cool.
best shows in the last decade,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like by the time you finish, you're like,
Yeah.
this is a masterpiece. This was masterfully done.
Yeah.
Like every character gets their moment,
What do
and
you-
a lot of them are actually in this game.
Oh, what do you think about the whole is it an anime, is it not an anime argument?
I mean, when you look at anime, it's kind of like a style of storytelling.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, it's
And-
it's an art form, not a genre.
It's an art form and a style of storytelling to me.
Yeah.
You know, but because you can make an argument saying that, oh, if it's animated, it's still anime. But the majority of people say, oh, it should be made in Japan.
Yeah.
But there are animes that they have their animators in Korea, for example,
Yeah.
and they just
if they only knew how outsourced some of this stuff is.
a lot of stuff is outsourced.
Yeah, I mean, some are made in Abyss, Australia.
The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, it was Studio Mimir in
Yeah.
Korea.
I've not watched that either.
Last Airbender, you haven't watched it?
I've not. I've only seen part of the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Fuck that movie. Go watch the show.
I need to watch it. It's on
One of
Netflix.
best. One of the best.
Steven Universe. That's really good.
Okay, but I would say again, this is a list of top 3. We have like 50 top 3s in this day. Top 3 Western animated shows for me would be like The Last Airbender, Arcane,
Yeah.
Castlevania. Like these are my
Oh, I need to watch Castlevania.
Castlevania. Such a good show. Such a good show. And yeah, but a lot of people watched Arcane and they were like, I want to try League of Legends.
Yeah.
And they were thrown into this toxic world because a slightest mistake,
Yeah.
people report to you.
Get good, scrub.
Noob. Noob. But I've been playing for like, I don't know, 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
Not consistently.
Yeah.
I'm still like at bronze level. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
when it comes to-
My sister's husband plays it as well. He's Korean. And
Ah.
he's South Korean, so and the community over there for League of Legends is fucking phenomenally huge. So
Yeah, they have tournaments and stuff like
yeah,
that.
they have like entire cafes dedicated to like playing League of Legends on like computers. But like he'll do his like it's funny. He has like a little like study room where he
Yeah.
does all his work on his computer. And if you come in past a certain time when he's finished work, he'll still be on the computer but playing League of Legends.
I was playing a Kaisa sniper build. Like this build was
Nice.
awesome.
I do think the characters designs are really cool.
Gameplay is really nice too.
Yeah.
Look
I'd
at me
love
running
to-
away.
I'd love to go Comic-Con one day. Never been Comic-Con. That's a big one. Have you ever been?
Comic-Con?
Yeah.
No.
Would you go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it.
I feel like we need to go a lot of places, like
There's
Korea, Japan.
I know somewhere I
Yeah.
want to take you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you know in Affleck's?
Ben Affleck's.
No, Affleck's, like the shop.
No.
You've never been Affleck's?
I don't been to Affleck's.
Bro.
I didn't know there was a shop called Affleck's.
All right, like literally after this stream ends, I'm getting an Uber and you're going to Affleck's. It's right in Manchester.
I might
But-
have been, you know?
Yeah. Affleck's Palace, yeah. It is great. So it's like a bunch of little independent shops inside a big shop. And so you've never been in there? Oh, bro.
What do they sell?
Everything. Like literally, so it's like a massive building, and there'll be like lots inside that people can buy and turn into their own small shops.
Ah.
And you know what they recently got in there?
What?
A maid cafe. We have to go.
Okay, interesting.
Just look up the maid cafe.
Let's go when we watch ballet.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
Is it on IMAX? Did you check it?
I know there's a show in an IMAX. I don't know if it's at any other ones in Manchester. But yeah, we have to
I
go.
bet it's gonna look gorgeous on IMAX.
Yeah.
It's that type of film.
We have to go to the maid cafe. You'd love it. And there's also like
I don't want to spend money.
there's also other anime shops in there that like sell figurines and
Oh, nice.
stuff. It's great. It's
Do they sell Blu-rays too? If you
I
want to
don't
buy
know
it?
if they sell Blu-rays, but I know other places that sell Blu-rays. Like there's this place called Goop,
Ah,
and they sell like a bunch of animes.
nice. It's this guy.
Who's that? Ryan George?
You ever watched it?
No, I've never seen him.
Okay, we're gonna cross the 3-hour mark anyway, so.
That's fine. That's fine.
Pitch meeting.
Yeah.
We're gonna be eating like sharks though afterwards.
Lovely.
2 tons. See a callback? That's the right
Yeah,
technique.
you see writing.
Writing.
Yeah.
He does this show. He does this called pitch meeting. Pitch meeting.
Oh no, I have seen this.
You have?
Yeah, Screen Rant.
Yeah.
I watched Screen Rant.
Yeah, he does the pitch meeting. So
No way.
let's watch one of them. Which one shall we watch?
Squid Game. I think we should watch Squid Game because we've had sort of like an Eastern sort of vibe, the whole thing talking about anime and all that. So
Yeah.
You have a new series for me? Yes, sir, I do. Well, actually, this comes from our team in South Korea. Oh, interesting. Now, are you Korean? I'm not, no. And you, sir? Yes.
Okay, Screen Rant, please don't flag that.
Because, you look like someone I might cast to play an Asian character in a movie. Yeah. And, please stop doing that. So, no promises. So tell me about this show. Well, sir, it's called Squid Game. Okay. So
Nice.
This is like in
What
the
did you think of Squid
Shark
Game?
Tale cinematic universe.
I liked it.
Well,
Pretty
actually,
good.
No, sir, because that's not a thing that exists. Interesting. Yeah, so this is a show where a bunch of desperate people play in children's games for the chance to win a bunch of money. How much money are we talking? 45.6 billion. Wow. South Korean won. Which is also a lot in U.S. dollars. Okay, great, awesome. So we're gonna follow this guy named Gi Hun, right? Okay, and he owes a bunch of money to loan sharks. Yeah, from Shark Tank.
Shark.
So after a guy in a suit slaps him around in a subway station.
All these
he gets
callbacks.
invited to
Yeah.
So many
participate in
callbacks.
this
Yeah.
event that can help him
This
clear
is a
his
whole
debt.
arc itself,
Yeah.
Slapped around
It's longer
by
than-
Talking about anime character arcs.
See, our show is even longer than the Batman,
Yeah. Get on our level, film scrubs.
Boy, so what's the deal with this place? Well, everybody's in a numbered tracksuit, and there are very angry PlayStation buttons waiting for everybody. What? So then these 456 players go into this other area to play a big game of red light, green light. Now what's that? Well, see, you can only move forward when this massive, horrifying doll isn't looking.
Also,
at you. Oh,
I'm not
God,
joking. The amount of like drag, like cross-dressing, sort of like drag shows that have
Right.
been made about that
Squid
doll.
Game.
No, the
That
doll.
doll.
That doll.
That's creepy.
It's funny. I love
What
it.
is happening? What is
Like they'll
going
have
on?
like entire dance routines based on red light, green light. It's great.
If you lose in a game, you die. Oh, very messed up. Yeah, it also turns out this cop who's following a lead on his missing brother, he's infiltrating this whole
I like the cop's
operation.
actor-
Man, that's gonna be hard to do with all the crazy
Thing is,
surveillance. Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
The actors are, the main character. He's like a very famous actor. And the US reporter was like, how does it feel to become famous after Squid Game? And he gracefully answers like, "It's pretty good, People are like, oh, why are you chatting shit? You know your stuff. He's already like a one of the most famous actors in
Yeah.
Asia. So that was funny.
It's what I love about like when Asian like films and TV get popular like in Western countries.
about, and the other guards are like, you know what we're talking about. You were there for the thing we're talking about. Very suspicious. Yeah, but somehow he keeps getting away with it, so he's sneaking around the whole time collecting evidence. With what? With his smartphone, and unlike everybody in the games, this thing just won't die. Oh, anyway, so then the second game they need to play is this one where they need to cut specific shapes out of honeycomb candy.
How are you with like
like
K-dramas and sort of like Korean shows, like outside of like the really popular stuff like Squid Game? Like, do you watch much of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not now, but growing up, our cinema back in Iran,
Yeah.
it's more Eastern than Western. So
Oh wow.
the movies that we watch is like Turkish, Indian, Bollywood. Bollywood.
Yeah.
Like I told this to Patrick. My grandma's dream was for me to. She's this lovely, lovely, sweet lady.
Aw.
Her dream was like, what she would become the president, or
Yeah.
become a doctor, or make a Bollywood film.
Honestly, that's
I was like, the
dream.
last one is the most probable one.
Yeah.
President, yeah, that's like,
I can see you as a Bollywood film director.
yeah. We could go to Bollywood.
Why not? I mean, I know it's like a real big market. Like the budget on those films is
Number
crazy.
one. Oh, it's Nigerian films, then
Really?
Nollywood makes the most amount of films per year.
Oh.
And then Bollywood. And
What's the difference between Nollywood and Bollywood?
Nollywood is Africa.
Ah, I see.
And but yeah, I mean we've planned this for a long time, but I don't know how long it's gonna take us. We want to go to different countries, don't we? Make films in Korea, make films in Japan.
We want to
India.
do absolutely everything that's possible in the world.
Yeah,
I
we
want
can.
to do I want to plan 3 months to go to Japan and just see everything that I want to do there.
Yeah, see the island of Tsushima.
Yeah. I want to go through one of those Rhine gates.
Solving problems by licking things is tight. I never want to hang out with you. So then the players realize
Solving
that
problems.
each other during the off time, that improves their odds of winning. How do they realize that? Egg. What? So then at bedtime when the lights go out, it gets super violent. Players are gonna die. Oh yeah, a whole bunch of players are gonna die, and possibly a couple of epileptic viewers at home as well. Cool. Wait, what was that last part? And then the next game is a tug of war where if you lose, you fall to your death. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so pretty much all the main characters are on one team, and then a bunch of random people are on another. Oh man, I wonder what team is gonna win. Get this, the team with all the main characters wins. Oh, yeah, the team with all the random unimportant characters we don't know, that team doesn't win. Oh man, I did not see that coming. Very unpredictable for sure. So then after that, they're gonna play the marble game. What's that one? Well, everybody has to pick a partner, right? And then they find out that with their partner, they have to play whatever marble game they want, and the loser dies. Oh no. So there's this Ali guy who's just the sweetest man, you know, not the brightest.
We love
but
Ali.
Super loyal. Oh man, yeah, that sounds like a great guy. Yeah, so he gets betrayed and shot in the head and dies. Oh, ouch, that hurts right here. And this girl from North Korea bonds with someone seemingly for the first time in her life. It's very nice.
You think she's alive?
Wait, no, one
Number
of them's
67?
gonna die.
No,
So
'cause they
then
showed
your
it.
friend gets shot in the head and dies.
That's the rule, isn't it? If it's on camera, it's real. If it's off camera, don't trust it.
Having to take advantage of this man's dementia in order to survive.
Yeah, this was off camera.
Okay.
Because there was some theory saying that she might be still alive.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a lot. And so then after that game, the VIPs are going to show up. The VIPs? Well, they're these
VIPs?
super types in animal masks, and they're here to watch the games and bet on them. Well, why are they just showing up masked? You
Oh,
know when people
one of my
go to,
sister's
like,
friends in
sporting
Korea
events, they always show up
actually
with
modelled
beforehand.
as do you know the gold statue that like the statues like in the VIP room when they're all
Right.
watching like the golden statues that are sort of like girls who are like standing
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
like, one of them was my sister's friend.
Oh,
she,
nice.
she got paid to be an extra. They're not statues. They're like painted.
How old is she? Is she single?
I don't know.
I gotta admit that statue really was aesthetically pleasing to look at.
Yes.
So.
But yeah, like they're not statues. They're like I didn't realize until my sister said that they're actually women who
Yeah,
have been
tell your
painted.
sister to know her friend.
Yeah.
Her friend know.
What's her Kakao contact number?
Check out
Yeah, it's their social media.
WeChat or Telegram. I'll do
yeah,
this stuff.
yeah.
Full of, you know, writing and character and acting.
We
lines.
transfer
They all
me some
just, you know,
photos.
take the
Tell her I can check out in her.
Just
Um,
down several notches. I thought that might be fun. Yeah.
Oh my days.
good lord.
Imagine if she's married and she's like in her 30s and has a child.
Be a little bit awkward
Then I apologize, for
for cacaoing.
yeah, for mentioning.
And then for the next game, they need to cross this super long bridge.
This was cool. This was like aesthetically really cool.
Yeah.
Or regular glass. Oh, and they need to try to step on the tempered glass with every step. Exactly. There's no other way they could get across. What are the panels held up with? Some long beams on which they can definitely cross. So then eventually by the final game, there's just the main guy and his childhood friend left, and they need to play the Squid Game. That's the name of the show. It is. What are the rules of this game? Barely matters, because they're pretty much just gonna fight to the death. Oh. And his friend ends up killing himself, so Gi-hun wins. Oh, he does? And that cop finds out that the secret masked guy who was like running the whole game, it's actually his missing brother. Wait, how long
You
was
see,
his
his
brother
death was
missing?
off screen
Oh,
though.
see, he missed his last rent
Oh, yeah,
payment.
he's
That's
definitely
what's
alive.
the
He's
cop on this
for
show.
sure
The
alive.
guy's running a massive secret organization and he doesn't have a system in place to pay his rent. That's what we're going with. So then the cop gets shot in the shoulder and falls. Falls where? All the way into season 2. Okay, so does Gi-hun use all the prize money to pay the family
Exactly.
of the people that died? No, he doesn't do anything for a full year. He just goes back to the life he was living.
Yeah, now he looks like
Doesn't
old
spend
boy.
any of the money.
Oh, after this, I'll recommend you some nice Korean dramas.
Do it. Like, there's a few that I watch that I enjoy. Like Korean Odyssey's great. Okay. I'm right now. I'm watching All of Us Are Dying. I think it's called. It's
All
that,
of Us Are
that-
Dead.
All of Us Are
Something like
Dead. Like the one that's in high school.
Yeah,
I've only
yeah.
seen episode 1, but I'm loving
I haven't
it.
watched. I watched Alice in Wonderland. That was
Oh,
pretty good.
that was really good.
Yeah.
The season 2 is coming out in December.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The one ended on a kind of a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Plus, one of the only shows that has done like a trans character really well. Like what's the name? Is it Hikari?
Hakari.
Yeah, you're the one who's in the bikini and she does kung fu.
Was that trans?
Yeah,
Oh
she-
yeah,
yeah,
she was.
trans. The way they did that was
Yeah.
so well done,
Yeah.
and like honestly, for like all like my friends who are trans, I was just like I was like recommending them the show because
Yeah.
I was like honestly they do you so much justice because
Yeah.
it was respectful and it was like showing them as a person, and the fact that like they sort of like just beat up like that dude like
No one-
so well,
yeah,
it's
I-
so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was like, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. This.
Let's move on swiftly.
I don't know. Fair enough. So then we find out the whole reason this guy started the games in the first place. Oh, and why is that? He was bored. Oh. Okay. And so then the old man dies of a brain tumor, and Gi-hun decides to use the money for good. Right. And hair dye. What? And then at the end, it seems like maybe he's going to try to take down the games instead of taking care of his daughter. Oh, okay. And so that's about it. What do you think? Well, it sounds like a good series, you know? And you think we can properly translate and dub this thing from Korean?
Oh, it's
Have you watched
the
the dub?
dub is so bad.
It's funny.
It's so bad. And the sad part is, a lot of obviously a lot of like Western audiences who don't really like doing subtitles and want to watch the show. That's how they watched it, and they still enjoyed it.
Oh, this one. This one I watched.
Is it how is it pronounced? Missange.
I don't know. It's pretty good. It's like a slice of life,
Nice.
but it's a bit more dramatic. And, yeah.
Okay.
And then this one, this one was properly blowing up back when it came out in my
Yeah.
country. Like everyone was watching.
Oh wow.
This is like a
Jamong. Oh, it looks fancy. Now that's my kind of cup of tea. It's like is it like
it's like kind of like a Korea's Game of Thrones.
yeah, I love
Great
that.
fight scenes. Came out 2006. The set designs are beautiful. The fight scenes are pretty decent. The main character. Watch this.
Speaking of stuff like that,
If you put it on YouTube, I think
Yeah.
you can watch it for free.
have you seen Kingdom? That's like this but with zombies.
Not Kingdom, no.
Kingdom's good.
Kingdom's good.
Have you watched Alice?
Alice.
Just Alice.
No.
So that's a good one. So that is like a time travel show that's Korean. It's really good. Crash Landing with You is good. It's about this person who goes skydiving and then they get It's really bad CG, but it's a great show. So the person is parachuting, and then they got stuck in a tornado, and then they somehow end up in North Korea, and she falls in love with this like North Korean soldier,
Right.
and he's like hiding her from like other Korean soldiers.
Jeez.
It's really good.
Yeah, that's a sad ending. I can
Yeah.
already tell.
Also, have you noticed like Korean shows like the length of episodes, like not so much like the bigger ones like Squid Game and All of Us Are Dead, like stuff like that, like ones that are more to be consumed by Western audiences are like hour long usually.
Yeah.
But then you get ones like Korean Odyssey and Crash Landing with You, and probably the ones that you watch as well, where they're like an hour and a half, 2 hours per episode. It's
Yeah.
like crazy.
It's like a movie, like
Yeah.
each series.
But
And
there's still
it's crazy how they do it with a low budget.
yeah, and there's still like 26 episodes.
Mhm.
So like how much time in production did that take?
Like this one, satire. This is a Persian satire, famous when it came out 2010. This
Oh,
brings back
nice.
memories. I just thought of this. Kind of like a. This one was hilarious.
Yeah. So
I
is it-
don't know if it's going to be as hilarious when you translate it.
So is it like that version of like Saturday Night Live, like something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, it's in basically in like 19th, 20th century.
Mm.
20th century, I would say. The set in that time period.
Yeah.
But they kind of like make fun of courts and courtiers and people in the palace.
Yeah. Oh, it's still going.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. If you go on the IMDb,
I don't think so.
It says 2010 dash, and then it doesn't put another date, so I guess it's still
102 episodes.
102.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And this one was famous too back in Iran when it came out.
Yeah.
Is it 2008? Yeah. Yeah, this one was a nice. Because it was an Egyptian story.
Mm.
Like the budget on these ones was extremely low.
Mm.
Like because in Iran they don't pay attention to these
Mm.
things, but still the way they do it is pretty fantastic. The set designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And in Turkey, this one was famous. This one,
Magnificent Century.
yes. This one was about Sultan's harem.
Oh. Oh, harem.
Yep.
Bringing it full circle.
Yeah. Basically, this chick he
Yeah.
meets becomes his wife, and she kind of like takes power. And wants to
Ah.
control
I mean,
everything.
if I was married into royalty, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well,
Who wouldn't?
These are the ones that are just coming to my mind when I think
Yeah.
of old school shows. Our comedy is brilliant. Persian comedy is hilarious.
Yeah.
Guys, when I came to UK, I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna find good comedy. Then I was pleasantly surprised by all
Yeah.
the crazy stuff.
Yeah, because it's just different.
Louis C.K. and
Yeah, it's just different types of humor,
Yeah,
isn't it?
English
Like
humour is funny.
English humor is very dry.
Louis C.K. is in English. What am I saying?
like yeah, but
Ricky Gervais and stuff like that.
yeah, like it's very dry, dark humor, usually British, and then Americans are much more like light-hearted.
Yeah.
Where it's like British, like it's always the example that I notice is the British humor is laughing at someone, whereas Americans' humor is laughing with someone. So it's like the American Office versus the British Office, where British Office, the humor is derived from like how awkward David Brent was.
I mean, our cinema is pretty interesting too. Like, we got some fantastic
Mm.
films. I really want to check these out. Because people from my country who, like old people who
Mm.
watch them, they're like, oh, watch these. These are really good if you
Yeah.
want to learn
Yeah.
about the history of cinema.
I've just noticed about like how cool
This one was famous.
the cow.
Cow.
Like have they
It's like probably it's like the pig that came out just last year.
yeah. They've upped. Oh my god.
It's not that. It's
Cow in the middle on the very left. Down. There.
This reminds me of Barnyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch that because a lot of people have been telling me to watch this.
Mm.
Classic.
Great directors of the world.
Yep. Old ones. So many stuff. So little time.
So little time.
Still want me to verify my age?
You're not old enough.
Oh yeah, let me... This one was creepy.
Midori.
This one is creepy too.
She is repeatedly accused that she lives in agony and absolute
Oh.
helplessness. Things change when an enigmatic magician joins the group. Midori finds a glimmer of hope in her hellish life as she is acquainted with him. This is a dark and unsettling anime.
Oh.
Ah.
Twisted manga-style animation. It is believed that around 5,000
Past,
patrons
Patrick's
find the
record.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, longest episode.
Nice.
his life in getting this done. He invested his life savings for this film.
It's not a competition though. I love you very much, Patrick. You're one of my best friends. Thank you so much for all that you do, and I love you very much. So.
Look at this.
Ah, that's what I look like when I first come out.
Ah.
The animation is charming, the characters are not, and the script has some profound reflections on these gut-wrenching characters.
Pet Shop of
It is
Horrors.
an original interpretation of Muruo's sizzling source
Yeah, let's
of
go next.
unexplainable deaths occur in the town, and a detective traces them all to be customers of the pet shop. He now seeks to unravel the mystery behind the strange deaths and the relation with the pet shop.
This animation is so...
source material that is of a lighter style, full of humor. Instead, they move things darker.
It's so 2000s, you know, the animation 2000s looked like this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That I feel like because obviously it's like all hand drawn and real, that inherently adds to the creepiness of it. Though.
Yeah.
Has to be symbolic of our desires and feelings. The artwork for this anime is done with extreme care.
Oh,
and the effects are
shit.
delightful. The
Oh my
characters are
god.
well-drawn and
Rabbits be wild
the
in.
mysterious owner of the
Rabbits are
shop
like sharks, you know, just chewing on the meat, on the boobs.
The babs.
too much to be desired as fans were handed out a cliffhanger.
Blue
Shop of
gender.
Horrors rips off your mental defenses and leaves you feeling vulnerable.
Same.
Bloody violence is not everyone's cup of
That's
tea.
not where I like to get licked. These are all very...
You like to get licked right on the cacao.
Gender, 1999.
Females have cacao.
Serious illness, cryogenic
These all look very interesting though, gotta
Yeah.
admit. Like, I really want to watch them.
Mm.
This is a thoroughly engaging
Like the horrific ones?
that has twists
Yeah.
I want to see how horrific it is actually.
You are always left to wonder if they bring are some of the
All the art styles are really cool.
This isn't that
characters are too nicely
horrific.
drawn up, and you would do best not to get attached to any
Blue gender.
randomly
Blue gender.
without any hint.
Oh.
The voices are
So now we have 103 official genders.
Oh, Technolyze!
You watched it?
Yeah, it is so weird. Like, there's like barely any dialogue. And the story, like, I had to read up what the story actually was because I understood none of it. I watched it on Kiss Anime.
These are powerful new limbs that allow Ichise to work for the leader of one of the factions. It soon dawns on Ichise that he is the only one who could save the fallen city. This anime has a really
I don't like the
special
animation style though.
It's very strange.
It's very-
It's a different style.
It's very flat.
Yeah, it's one of those you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it because it's very weird.
Lily Cat.
Lily Cat. I've not seen this one.
1987. In a futuristic world,
That's old.
companies are trying to find mining sources in distant planets. One such company wants to investigate a new planet and send a team to explore the region. And this team is a cat named Kate.
Oh,
They encounter a dangerous
this looks like the original Captain Marvel. Cat origin story.
extraterrestrial matter that spreads
Yeah, Marvel was starting early.
Oh my god.
Bacteria soon
Oh.
becomes capable of evolving into a hostile
Oh,
life form
oh,
that can
oh,
mimic the
oh.
form of their human victims.
Oh, this took the wrong turn.
Okay.
Responsible for taking over the spaceship. Now the members race against time to save themselves.
Oh, this is like Alien.
This is a great idea for a film or game, you know?
Yeah, it's like Alien.
Ranks among the classic sci-fi anime and clearly
Oh,
has
that's
some
creepy.
inspiration
When did
from
Alien came out? The original?
Alien was like 1980s.
The plot
Oh, no, it might have been 70s.
Yeah.
Let me I don't know on my phone.
Jesus Christ, this cat turned into an...
typical of what you would expect in the
check.
The monster
Perfect Blue. See her again.
Oh, Perfect Blue.
That those who wanted her to embrace her new career are being brutally killed.
Hell
She
yeah.
get rid of this absurd
Alien
when it comes
one.
to combining reality
Oh.
and fiction to deliver
Oh.
a spectacular outcome.
Oh. Got
Let's see
stabbed.
yet again.
Yeah, it's
From the
wild.
conflict
It's
that
a wild
extends the
film.
delusion with a nightmare.
It was. Oh, 1979.
For long,
So we know what that was. We know what Lily Cat's based on.
Nina's character has been carefully elaborated.
Perfect Blue.
Paranoia immediately grabs your attention. It gets scary at times and is outright exciting, something that thriller fans will cherish. Initially, it was planned that the movie would be a live-action feature, but it was made into an anime after the financial backers pulled out. The infamous
The
static
breathing, that animation took some work. See how natural that is?
Yeah.
When she breathes?
backers pulled out.
Yeah.
The infamous stabbing scene and many other moments of graphic violence caused some jitters with the release.
It is wild.
It was eventually loved and appreciated by anime fans from all over the world.
Oh, Serial Experiments Lane.
Suicide.
Bro, you watched
So,
everything I put on. Watch half of them.
Stronger in school, Lane tries to have a conversation.
I'm now starting to realize that maybe I've underestimated how much anime I've watched.
She now exists in a virtual realm, and Lane becomes obsessed
Serial
with
Experiment.
It's really good.
Wired. The only question is that why would someone try out something like Chisa did? The anime series will leave you in a combination of multiple emotions.
Oh,
engaging
don't look at me.
and sweet storytelling. While it might be intricately relevant, the animation is subtle and minimalistic, and intelligent storytelling will appeal to those who appreciate.
Oh, Yamabishi. I've seen this one. Of course, I've seen this one.
Oh my
No,
god, what is
so,
this?
So this is like it's kind of like storybook animation. So it's weird like that. So every episode's sort of based on a traditional ghost story that's like a Japanese ghost story. So,
Ah.
so it's like you know
Like
like the
love
story.
different robots, different.
Kind of, yeah. So you know like how you get like campfire stories.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
The style of representing these stories and the use of some classic anime style makes for a visually pleasing experience. There are 6 seasons of this horrifying
6
series
seasons?
that you set
I
on
didn't
your
know there
watch
was
list
6
for the first
seasons.
Halloween marathon.
These are great for adapting too. Short films.
Yeah.
Short but potent episodes.
What's this?
This is the
one?
blue one. Blue and the red background.
Oh, Wicked.
Don't tell me you watched that.
Maybe. No, because she turns into a Spider Woman. It's weird.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Thank
look-
you. Thank you for spoilers.
Sorry.
So you watched it?
Yeah.
Take it.
I've honestly, I didn't even think I watched like that much, but
Ah.
like I'm clearly wrong.
And it will take every ounce of strength.
What is that animation? What was that kick? See that kick?
Yeah. God damn.
See? It
Wow.
went. She's kicking
Back.
to you, right towards you, and then what the hell?
Strength from the duo to succeed in the mission.
It looked like a dance scene.
Lots of action-packed entertainment and a brilliant plot.
It's quite
It's
gory.
an easy target for the critics for being borderline hentai. That being said, even the so-called explicit scenes in this anime are very much.
Go on, show it. Show it.
I love that scene though with the blue and the red.
Yeah.
Demon City, and is
I want them to
nothing
show
but
the Spider Lady.
However, the representation.
Come on, show me the Spider Lady.
Chalk and cheese. The action lovers are bound to get a kick out of this one. Several battles, cool guns, and explosions.
They're not going to show the Spider Lady, are they? That's disappointing.
Ah.
Several countries have issues with the content and
Ah. Why is there so many tongues?
Oh, it's Venom.
Carnage.
I've not seen this one. I don't know what this is. Good idea.
The World of Yamizuka, 2017. This horror anime series consists of 14 episodes of 5-minute-long narratives of strange and bizarre incidents in our world. From cursed civilizations to eerie paranormal.
After this, I'm gonna show you the last thing I want to show you. Very impressive.
Do it.
One of the, because you know, I told you beforehand about the League of Legends, you know, animations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I'll just show you one of them. film was it? What was it called? Any origin, like the animation is so impressive. This,
Oh, is it kind of what they do for like Overwatch, where like
Yeah.
each character will have like a move?
but each character, their whole animation style is different.
Mm.
It's incredible.
Mm.
Just watch this. It kind of feels like stop motion to me, like the way the motion feels, you know. Very choppy, but
Mm. It's really giving me like oil painting.
yeah, oil painting, stop motion, oil
Well-
painting. But just look at this. I watch this on IMAX. I'd be happy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's giving me like major oil painting vibes. It's the reflections though, like how the light's being like.
And the volumetric effects. It's
Yeah.
got depth, like you can sense the 3D elements, you know, because you can sense the space.
Yeah, that's
has a
so
nice-
cool how they've done it.
And I think this style of animation is fantastic for a horror
Yeah,
feature long.
it must have took so long to do this. Oh my god.
They spend a lot because League of Legends, Riot, got shit ton of money.
Mm.
So they spend a lot on advertisements and videos.
Mm.
Tonight, Mr. Kibber's right, the nasty dragon. Let me. No, he's mine. Hey, Kibber's is stupid. No, he's
See,
not.
it feels like stop motion because how choppy it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like it'd be very expensive to make it actually 24 frames per second.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it's...
I mean, yeah. I think it's by nature of it being oil painting like
Uh-huh.
animation. It's so difficult. It's creepy though.
I think you can do this by actually filming it. You know?
And then just like rotoscoping over. it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or using it as a template. Because
Yeah.
this feels like it's been filmed.
I mean, it reminds me of there was a biopic about Vincent van Gogh that was like filmed in his animated in his sort of style of like painting, where it's like all like oil painting.
Right.
It's very similar to this. It's really cool how they
Okay.
did it. There was also like an anime film.
Look at the details. See the
And,
details on her face?
Yes, for me it's the light, how the light's being reflected.
And
which
their
is
eyes.
really cool.
Their eyes is like a little battle angel.
Yeah.
Battle angel style.
Really cool. But yeah, there was like an animation that was filmed in a similar sort of thing, but it was they did it with glass panels. So you know like how you can like have painted panels of glass like in a church or something. They did that but like animated it, so they'll do like hundreds and hundreds of like glass panel sort of animations. Really
Right.
cool.
Look at this. This gets dark very quickly.
Yeah, this isn't gonna out yet. Jesus.
Died. Her stepmom's daughter.
Yeah. Even children aren't safe in Riot games.
Look at this.
That's
Shot is
that is really good.
such a nice shot.
Mm.
Your daughter's a monster.
It gives me such horror
Yeah.
vibes.
Oh, just it's. I mean, you know, it's just so beautifully and oh man, that. Oh, I love this.
Who's done the voice for the guy? Is it Tori Baker?
I love this so much. Poor Annie. Oh.
thought she was gonna keep falling.
Everything.
Okay. I would happily watch like an entire movie animated like this. Like this is so good.
This is a power in the game.
Yeah. Oh my
Turns the
god.
teddy bear into a beast.
So is she like a young person for the whole game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a kid.
God damn.
But she's a savage. After this, she becomes like a savage, you know. just
Yeah.
cold-blooded killer.
God damn, you're making me want to go back into League of Legends.
I mean, the game for noobs is going to be pretty... Because...
Well, it's a good job I'm not a noob then, isn't it?
But
I'm a professional.
the story and the... what do you call it? What do you call this?
Clicking.
No, the story. What do you call the story? The lore. The lore
Oh,
is
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, like
but
the background.
yeah, the lore of these characters is amazing because you got
Yeah.
hundreds of characters. But
Yeah.
the game itself is not what you expect.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it doesn't teach you anything about the characters. It's just, gameplay.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty.
that was really good.
So that was like one of them. But you see, all of them have different ones. So, let me put in... So, they
Star
put a lot
Forger.
into their animation.
What's his name?
Arlian Soul.
Arlian
Arlian Soul.
Arlian Soul. Arlian.
This is Ken character too.
Do you know what? You were saying it.
Jesus Christ.
You said it before, but this is actually reminded me a lot of Love, Death and Robot, like in terms of like how each episode is like a different animation
Yeah.
style.
It's none of these the one I wanted to show you.
Oh, this is anime as fuck, boy.
Yeah, this is very anime.
It's like magical.
This is again League of Legends. You see, they do different styles every time they do it.
Love this. That's just like a magical girl show.
And this one is probably the most famous one.
Yeah.
Yasuo and Yone.
Yes.
Two brothers.
Of course, you have to have a samurai.
Yes.
Oh, is this gonna be like traditional 2D? Yeah. Here we go.
While you watch this, I'm gonna go toilet real quick.
No
okay?
worries, bro. Oh man.
Answer for what you have done. Yone, turn back. You have dishonored us. You swore to protect him. You swore to protect Ionia. Look around you, brother. Your honor stains the ground.
I love 2D animation like this. Just reminded me of like Sword of the Stranger, which is another really good like samurai anime. Yeah, very, very Sword of the Samurai. So, I don't know, Sword of the Stranger. So, terrible words.
I'm sorry, brother. I will not fail you again.
Oh, 3D. Interesting. Yeah, interesting shift. Interesting shift in animation.
Yeah, because that one was like showing the past.
Yeah, and then
This is kind of like the future now.
yeah,
Why else would the great Yasuo come? But are you ready?
Does that matter? I'll never make it up there in time.
And this is this part of the lore is fan favorite
yeah,
because the one you watched, the Arcane, is in one area,
mm.
and then there is like other continents,
Yeah.
regions, Noxus.
yeah, and
Stuff
that's
like
what
that.
season 2's all for.
Yeah, I think season 2 is gonna bring in Noxus,
Yeah,
and then season 3 is gonna maybe bring more, but I don't know how they're
Yeah.
gonna do it. Maybe they do different shows for each region.
yeah. Do you think they're gonna keep it going, or do you think they've got like a story planned out, like a?
I don't know. I don't know how, because there's so many characters, and the ones that they use in Arcane are not even the most beloved or
Yeah.
favorites. But the execution was so well
yeah,
done.
It just came out of nowhere. Like I mean, obviously those trailers and people excited for it.
People,
but like,
people has been asking for it for like
Yeah.
almost a decade. Like since the first few trailers that came out, people have been asking, make animation, and
Yeah.
finally they made it.
but it blew up.
Yeah.
It blew up.
It was in,
completely out of
I
nowhere.
think it was in production for like 4 or 5 years.
Oh my
It
god!
took
You
a
can
long time.
you can tell though the animation
Yeah.
is beautiful.
And this is the way? Old man, flowers, and hope.
Maybe hope is enough.
Maybe.
This 10 minutes works so well as a
Yeah.
self-contained story, you know?
Yeah, and the loads of them as well.
Yeah.
Let the currents
I hate playing against him though, in the game. Him and his brother. His brother is annoying us. Yone. See, past different animation.
Yeah, this looks like Last Airbender. Like the animation.
This one has more anime vibes. Last Airbender is more like
not what I want.
typical generic.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though it was animated in Korea. I love Last Airbender, but this feels more anime-esque.
Well, I was saying before whilst you were at the bathroom, the fight scene was kind of like Sword of the Stranger, which is a really good sort of like samurai anime film.
Your place is here. With Elder Suma. He trained me for this. I can help end this war. Your duty is to this war. To your master. To Ionia.
Yeah, this region is Ionia. This is kind of like the
Ionia.
mystical region when there's like some interesting characters. Different types of characters. There's a lot of them in Ionia. Read up on the lore if you're interested.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of phenomenal material that they can adapt. And they can run this for like 20, 30 years. If they have it, if they release one new season every year,
Yeah.
they can run it for like decades.
Yeah, and that works for everyone because then we get more content, and then also Netflix gets more
Yeah.
money.
Money.
Money. So it works for everyone.
Bond between our families.
Yes,
I like stuff with a lot.
Drink
of
this evil juice.
I mean, it's literally steaming,
Sometimes we must go looking for our
and it's in an egg with barbed wire around it. So
You can see that evil grin. Would you trust that old man if you...
absolutely not. I don't.
I don't exactly know what happens to his brother, but after he dies, he kind of gets possessed by a spirit or something,
Oh,
and he comes back.
is that what's happening now? Oh. Oh.
Annoying as fuck, both of them in the game.
Wait, why is he trying to protect now?
Because of the drink.
Oh. Oh, so he's like fully possessed.
I'm not here for you.
He kind of looks like Thingy out of Gurren Lagann. Do you know when he's got the mask on?
Yeah. Yeah, the mask is very similar.
Yeah.
He's a demon hunter. Demon slayer.
See, get on their level, Blizzard. Honestly.
I love this animation. I think they should do each season in a different animation style. If it's
Yeah.
for a different region,
Yeah.
that'd be very nice.
Yeah, because it's like...
I don't think they would do that though.
Yeah, like Blizzard got a lot of recognition for all their animations and stuff, but it seems like these have been doing it for like years, like
Yeah.
way before Blizzard. So
Yeah, since 2011 or 12, I think.
yeah, and I've not heard about any of these videos. So like to say that Blizzard were getting like all the glory about it, whilst also being a scummy company. So yeah, not it sucks that these aren't like kind of slept on, because these are really cool.
But these are very popular. Like this one's got like 9 million views almost.
Better than them without it.
Ooh.
Hair flapping.
Like that's like hair goals for anyone. Like I want hair that sort of like has its own physics.
Yeah, when I imagine myself in Japan is staring at the view, breeze coming, my hair is flapping everywhere. Alright, they're gonna tag team this dude.
Hell
Sounded
yeah.
wrong, but yeah.
I'm done running.
This goblin's about to get spit roasted. Oh. That sword's cool.
Have your revenge, brother.
You might deserve death, but not by my hand.
Then there is nothing left for me in Ionia.
Even the wind has a
Of course, you have the cherry blossoms that are like dramatically flowing.
Yone flapping.
May the spirit of Ionia guide you.
May the spirit of Ionia guide you.
You're looking back, isn't it? The trick is seeing what lies ahead.
That's Ari, I think.
From what I hear,
Aria.
That's a different
most
character.
likely thieves, beasts.
Oh, so it's all like interconnected and like other characters will come into other characters' stories and.
Where you can decide your own fate.
Ooh.
Sounded very seductive. I like to decide my own fate with you, lady. How about tomorrow night? Dinner, 8 o'clock?
Hit me up on cacao. Oh, she's a cat lady. She has whiskers.
It's a magical cat lady.
Like when she's off screen, she goes, yeah.
That was it.
That was it.
Such a nice session of. I don't think we talked about everything almost.
I think we talked about more than everything.
Yeah. Next time we'll be back here. We're going to be talking about Batman.
Batman. Because
Batman.
we will watch Batman,
Yes.
and I will
Watch
be
it.
back to talk about it.
Yeah. We want
Because-
to watch it in the 4DX.
We're gonna have the chairs that move around dramatically.
You've been to 4DX, right?
Never.
Never been to 4DX.
Wait, is that the one where the screen wraps around the room?
No. It's just the chairs and effects and stuff
no,
like that.
I've
Do you
not.
want to go for Batman?
Let's do it. Why
It's
not?
pretty expensive though. I think it's about £20.
20 quid.
Yeah, 15, 20 at least.
God.
Yeah.
Is it worth?
We know 2 hours and 55 minutes. What better movie to try it
Yeah,
on than
but
Batman?
what if I'm really trying to like hold in a pee the entire movie and then I'm getting jittered about it? It's just
I have no idea.
what's the sensation the chair's trying to get across? Dead parents.
No, it's very slight. It's not like it's not heavy.
Yeah, I just don't understand like the sort of like simulation that it's trying to get from like Batman. Like I understand something like, imagine that with Tron, like a Tron movie. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like a blockbuster, Moonfall.
I am actually, you know what? I'm looking forward to that movie, and I feel like I'm the only one. Because it's fun, and
Yeah.
I'm not expecting an Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, these films, it's always just stupid fun,
I mean, it's made by the dude who made like Independence Day, so you can't really expect top tier quality filmmaking. It's like I don't go into.
Oh, he went on Twitter and said, "Oh, Marvel films ruined filmmaking for some reason."
Oh, he's doing a Scorsese.
Yeah,
And he's like, blockbuster cinema is ruined film.
but whatever, it doesn't make sense to me.
People have their opinions and they're allowed them.
Yeah.
Even if they're not our own. And that's what makes opinions so beautiful. Everyone has them and they're all independent.
Yeah, opinions
it's
are
like
like
fingerprints.
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, So
And it's probably best not to show it off.
yeah, not always, unless if it's pretty and.
No, just don't show it off. No.
Okay, we're gonna stop talking now.
Yeah, we're gonna end it right there.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank
Niall,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
See you all later.
Oh.